I want to know, just letting you know we're live, but they can't hear us. I'm trying to work out how to get Montreal in because he couldn't get the link sorted out. I want to know, just letting you know we're live, but they can't hear us. He just needs the link. I don't know how to give him the link. Uh, I've got you guys. They can't hear you, but they can hear me. He just needs the link. Okay, folks, everyone can hear us now.
Hello?
Yeah, we're on. I missed out on half of Sean's hangout earlier, so I don't know what other topics were brought up going by his title of what.
Climate change.
Oh,
Climate change
climate
was the
change.
start. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how we got so derailed.
Oh my. But
So
yes,
Good evening. Good
we had
evening,
to
gentlemen.
explain condensation.
I left
to
you
someone.
over in Sean's hangout, X. I didn't know where you went.
I'm sorry. I was actually with my son, and we were talking about music, and we had copyrighted music playing, so I couldn't chat. There was a concert in Prague featuring Star Trek music from different films, Generations, Voyage Home, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. It was really, really good. Look it up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, 50th anniversary of Trek. So.
Nerd.
I know,
I
right?
actually stayed in the call a lot longer than I meant to. I came in just to tell Aaron that the reason why CO2 is so much less dangerous than carbon monoxide was because carbon monoxide sticks to your hemoglobin and doesn't let go.
But
it's
that's all
electromagnetic.
bullshit. Okay? Do you
What?
understand? All right, Aaron would not take anything you have to say because he's an idiot. Sorry, that's just the way it sounded when you said it the first time.
I tell you what, earlier in the conversation on Sean's, I was just enjoying the novelty of talking about shapes.
That was a lot like watching a monkey fucking a football.
Yeah, your straight line's not straight.
Are we really talking about shapes?
Hey,
that was really unbelievable. Yeah,
quadrangles.
So much funny.
Quadrangle.
That was what I was trying to think of. What it was, a quadrangles. Like
It can't be a quadrangle because it doesn't have 4 90-degree angles. Like,
there are only 2 quadrangles with 4 90-degree angles. But oh goodness. Yeah.
well, technically there are 3, possibly 4.
Okay. I may not be a scientific whiz. I may not be, the sharpest tool in the shed, but I think I have a handle on shapes.
Yeah.
I think
my 4-year-old son has a handle on shapes. He knows what a fucking parallelogram is.
We all tried to put a square peg in a round hole when we were 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
if
is
you've got a big enough hammer, it does.
Arguing about the word "and."
Mm-hmm.
Right, Blue?
You are correct, Montreal.
That's so funny. I'm enjoying it. And Sean's accusation, I get easily triggered. I'm trying to be as bucolic as I possibly can and calm, so I don't get triggered. But compared to who was it that was cursing? You don't get it.
Travis.
You guys don't.
Travis.
You just don't ever get. I was like, what?
Well, I cursed way too much on that show, so that could have been
That's
me.
okay. It's all right.
Yeah, but Travis needed his binky.
You're not getting it. Why are you not getting it?
Sean was egging him on, to be fair.
He was egging him on because it was funny. What are you going to do with that with an adult? That's I don't know. It's just entertaining. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed just to make light of it, right? It's not really meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's just like a kid stomping his foot, screaming no, and then throwing spaghetti at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
How
hear
are we
the sound
supposed to understand?
Spinging at the edges.
How are we supposed to understand without a detailed explanation?
Well, first you have to know what words to use.
And also what the word explain means.
There's a really good one. My son said, my kids have great quotes. He said to his mother, she said, if you don't stop, I'll punish you. And he said, define punish. Also, define. Oh, that was good. My kids, I wrote them all down. He said that when he was like 6. And so his mother said, one day his mother said to him, your brother is not your servant. And he goes, then who is?
Somebody must be.
I'll give you one more. He said he scrunched his nose up. He took some medicine. He says, "What's the matter? It should be good medicine." He says, "No, it tastes like a mixture of what was it? It was soap and fox hair."
Has he eaten fox hair?
That's what I wanted to know.
That's when you start thinking, oh shit.
Soap and fox hair.
What has he been doing in the garden?
I don't know. There's no local foxes.
Is that dead fox?
Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him on a full moon night. You might find him out running around.
No, that's funny.
Well, now you know why you got bite marks in your soap.
I've got a list of quotes of the kids. So good. They say the darndest things.
Well, they do. Yes, they do.
Actually, Vsauce did a good explanation of the word explain. on one of their videos.
So
And-
explain. Okay.
Okay, I'll explain it. Okay, say you've got a piece of paper and there's a little story on it, but
Right.
that is crumpled up into a ball.
Ooh.
Okay, so you can't read any of the words or explain or make a summation of the story.
Expound or
You can't expand on the story. All you know is that there's a story in there and some words, maybe some punctuation too. But then if you unfold the piece of paper, you can see a word and then the word that follows that and then the next word and so on and so forth, which is what the explanation is.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. It sounds like a little bit like the explanation for wormholes. You know, you take the piece of paper and poke the pen through it.
You know it doesn't work. You know that, don't you?
I know.
In physics, it literally cannot work.
No, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So
but you're going very Event Horizon on us, aren't you?
They're Event Horizon. They used it in Event Horizon. They used it in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that film is just that's not a film. That's an event.
It is a good film.
That's what I thought of it anyway.
So my question is what's the story?
What's the story, Wishbone?
What's the story? What's the story inside the crumpled paper?
Well, that's what you uncrumple it and find out.
Yeah. The story could be the green eggs and ham.
We were actually just now. We were just looking up, for some reason, decided to talk about how many words are in books, and we were listening to Lord of the Rings music, and so I looked up the word count for Lord of the Rings. The series Lord of the Rings, including the Hobbit and all that, there are 576,000 words, 500,000 words, all written on either a typewriter or pen and ink. I believe that.
500,000 words. Isn't that what Travis speaks per minute?
Oh. Yeah.
When he's triggered.
Well, if you don't count the duplicates, it's about a third of that.
If you count, don't count duplicates, don't count reiteration, and don't count colourful metaphors. Yeah, it'll be about a tenth of that.
It's about 25 words a minute then.
Yeah.
I love how he attempts to be Spurs at times and use big flowery language.
Yeah, we talked about it the other night. That's funny.
Oh, damn. Wrong. Using it wrong. Yeah.
Well, that's the best one, using it wrong. Disingenuous. It's my favorite.
It's like, explain to me how I'm being disingenuous. Because you are.
Because you are.
Has Travis
it's self-evident.
Have we got any memory of what Travis used to explain what the mirroring and all that at the horizon was before he came up with the word ether?
Unicorn farts, I thought.
I don't know him that well to know back that far what his arguments were.
I don't know. First time I heard it come out of him, it was ether band.
Yeah, I was going to say that's all I've heard from him.
Ether band. That was novel.
He does seem to be walking back away from that a little bit, though.
So in the desert, when you see a mirage, it's because of the ether band.
Yeah.
Everything is because of the ether band.
Yeah, me looking at my wardrobe in the bedroom that I'm in right now, there's an ether band between me and it. Apparently.
Foggy, that's the ether band. Haze layer, yep, ether band. Little
Smog.
refraction and miraging, smog, ether band. It's all the ether band.
No, it's not.
You're right. No, it's not.
Fun though.
That's why I told him to go to Specsavers, because it might be his eyes.
Yeah, he thinks everyone sees the same. No one person has the same optical acuity. And that's a fact.
I don't know. I don't have much optical acuity at all.
It's like when people look up at a cloud and see a rabbit, and I just look up and I see a cloud.
Yeah, me too.
That's because you don't suffer from pareidolia.
It's a lip. It's a lip.
It's a nipple.
Gusta.
And with me with my car stuff, people say that with the cars in front, when you're looking at them, they have faces, and I don't see that. I don't see that.
There's one or two that do.
But, there have been a few over the years that had.
They look like they have an expression.
Yeah.
What was that? Hudson? Hudson had probably one of the best looking ones.
No, I was thinking of the one called the bug-eyed sprite. It's got bug eyes.
Oh, yes.
In a little mouth.
Cross-eyed.
Peter in the side chat said, "Would you like his definition?" Definition of what? What, Peter?
Of definition? Definition
of ether band.
Okay.
At one point, he said he put a tutorial up to teach us about it.
He never did.
I think I saw it. I thought I saw something, but then it went away real fast.
And the tutorial didn't actually tell you how to find anything about it. It just pointed out this is the area where I think it is, and that I don't know what it is, but I know that it's this, and it can't be that.
It has no parameters.
I took a gander at some of his live streams with him showing his pictures of the horizon with all the whatever the words are that you use for the individual effects that you get, and I couldn't understand what he was saying about it.
Exhaust from a tailpipe's ether band.
Oh, okay.
You're also forgetting he doesn't have time or the money to go and do all this testing, regardless of the fact that meteorologists have been studying the atmosphere for decades.
Yeah, but you've been hiding it. You've been disingenuous with your Freedom of Information Act.
Okay, someone's got. Oh, I see.
Oh, that was the one he put in Jose's chat a couple of days ago. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
And it makes no sense whatsoever. And was it unpaid shills pulled it apart?
Are we on YouTube right now, or are we?
Yeah, we've been live for the last 18 minutes.
All right. Where is it?
Water dripping from the tailpipe. Ether. Yeah, okay. Now I see where we're at.
Got it.
What channel?
Gotta be the
Terry's channel.
Oh, there it is. It just found as soon as I said that. Right, thumbs up.
So I call rain now ether because I can't see very far.
I could not believe we got stuck for 30 minutes while we tried to discover the fact that when you combust a hydrocarbon, that you get water. That just blows my fucking mind that we spent 30 minutes arguing about that nonsense. It's like, yes, that's combustion. That's how it works.
Not to mention the water that's in the atmosphere that's being sucked in to combust whatever you're burning.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Seriously, we spent an hour going over whether or not Wyoming was a rectangle.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, were you not there for that?
Yeah, that last bit I was. Yeah, I was trying to figure out. It was trying to say that a flat map, you measured it with a ruler. Yes, you can get a different result from using Google Earth Pro.
Yeah. That's also because a roadmap is not designed to be 100% accurate. It's supposed to faithfully show the main roads, and in there in a roadmap it will specifically say that certain areas are out of proportion.
Yeah, road maps aren't classified as topographical. They may show some elevations, but they don't show the topography of the elevation.
They're similar, but that's about all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more you're going this way, keep going this way, then turn left.
Closest
go up the
thing
hill.
on land.
Not to
On
mention
land,
the
the closest
size that
thing.
you have to talk. That you're talking about trying to scale something down, unless you're using, insane measuring tools. A tiny little map is not going to tell you the exact distance.
Also, the distance over Wyoming is not huge.
No.
And then he had the urge.
Oh.
Then he had the nerve to say, "Go check it in Wiki." When we checked it in Wiki, he was refusing to believe that we had checked it.
I was actually reading the same damn article whilst you were rifling it off, and I looked down and I saw everything you said word for word in his own citation. That none of the borders were the same length.
I just don't even know
Yeah.
what you do with somebody who's that willing to fight for no reason.
Well, that's Aaron.
Yeah.
He,
You
The
see why I
amount of
constantly
energy.
run away? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say the amount of energy put into fighting some very, very minor point is remarkable.
You see why I stay away from him as often as I can, guys?
Oh, I do. He's just frustrating.
yeah,
Yeah,
if they
but
put as much effort into their research, they'd actually come out with a globe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, do they have anything apart from semantics and points that have been debunked again and again and again?
I don't know. You're the one who
No.
keeps suppressing it, they and them.
See,
I think
but
that
here's
really is the issue, isn't it? That's the issue. We've got the situation now. It's just reiteration and rehashing stuff. And if you look at some of the clips, for example, the clip of Pettit saying, we don't have the technology anymore. That's from like 7 years ago. I can't remember exactly when.
See, but here's the thing about Aaron is it's great because he just proves the globe over and over and over again. Same thing with Wyoming. Okay, we'll pull it up on Google Maps. Okay, look, yeah, the lines aren't straight because it's curved.
Yeah, and that's why I heard Riley the other day bitching to fellow flat earthers, why you not all pushing the fact that they don't follow QE's scientific method? Why aren't you doing this more? Because they know
Kiwi's not a scientist.
No, it's more to the point that they know when they actually go and do the observations and everything else, they're proving the globe each and every time. So Riley wants to take it in 2 words just that way. They have more arguments and the show goes on for longer.
Oh, it's like flogging a dead horse, isn't it?
Is
Yeah.
the only bone of contention about the scientific method the variable that you have to vary? Is that my understanding? What the two sides are fighting about?
No, that's not even at all.
It's the way it's
Riley,
done.
Yeah, Riley also claims that it has to be both physical and natural, but he maintains that anything done by man is inherently not natural, as though we were not a part of the natural or physical world. He's essentially granting mankind the ability, the status of supernatural, but he won't see it that way.
No, but correct me if I'm wrong here. Isn't it when you do the experiment, doesn't it have to show like effect, like
A cause and effect.
like yes, cause and effect.
No, not always.
Not yeah. Sometimes you don't get an effect, but you see a cause.
Yeah.
How's that for weird?
And even in situations where they say, oh, "Look, it's cause and effect," no, it's still correlation. It's still correlation until, even though you can say to a high degree of certainty that this correlative effect is also causative.
Yeah, but a certain effect, a certain amount of certainty doesn't really cut it, does it? Doesn't it have to be like dead on?
No, everything's within a tolerance.
Another thing that surprises me, like people say that the scientific method doesn't prove anything or disprove anything. Then what's the point of having a scientific method then?
It's a draw set of conclusions that potentially have explanatory power. Now, mind you, if it doesn't, there's always some things that you can't account for, which is why it is one of the things where everything that you get out of it is a preliminary, and it can be refined, but there's always room for new variables to be discovered, things to change, for the results to be invalidated.
Yeah, there are.
It's not meant to be conclusive. It's meant to be preliminary at all times.
I mean, you can in effect consider things, topics, or whatever to be conclusive. For example, that water makes things wet, etc., etc., and things fall. And you can say that there are some conclusive things that you can observe definitively, but at no point really can you really truly say that it's settled. But what you have to do is you have to hang your hat on something. And so when scientists generally say it's settled science, what they generally mean is we're going to go with this until if someone comes along and has something better for us, we're going to go with this, whatever it is. Like we'll go with gravity. And if you have a better idea, let's hear it. But until then, we're going to stay with gravity. That's the kind of thing. It does sound like sometimes that they'll say this is settled science, and you may disagree, and you may have good reason to disagree. But they don't have a choice practically, but to come to those conclusions and then just hang the hat on and go with that until something else comes along, gives them cause to say, wait a minute, I don't think this may not be right. Let's take another look. You see what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Like, let's say an unproven theory, or you can make an assumption.
You can make an assumption, just go with it. Yeah. And the shape of the Earth is one of those things. Well, I think once you've sent up several thousand satellites, it's no longer really a question. What you're then left with is the conspiracy theory to then say those satellites are fake. And that's what we're dealing with. Not dealing with science. We're dealing with the conspiracy theory. I
get what you're saying, but back to the scientific theory, like, if we can agree, like on the empirical method, for example, right, then we're just going around in circles. One side says this, the other side says that. There has to be an agreement on a set of rules that we can agree on.
Yeah.
And once we do the test, one guy has to say he's wrong, and the other guy has to say, okay, you're wrong, I'm right, whatever.
Well, the thing is, there's not only one method. Some things cannot conform to a singular method because controlling them in the way that specific lab experiment would have you do can't be done on a mass scale. I can't go capture an entire flock of birds and check their migrating patterns within a controlled lab. Can't do it. I would have to.
I hear what you're saying, but for example, let's say the boiling point of water, right? We can agree on a certain. Sorry.
That's a definition, not an experiment.
How so?
That's it. We took a measurement at the point that it boils and assigned a value to it. There's no experiment there.
Sure, there's an experiment. Come on now.
It's not anymore.
We can see water boiling, right? Let's say we go in a hot spring, we can see water boiling, for example.
Yeah, and you can make a determination from facts that have already been concluded.
Right. So we know that at this certain pressure, water always boils at this exact temperature, correct? So we know every time that's true. So we can say we proved this. Is that not right?
Not necessarily.
If the water's pure, if
Well, yeah, we're assuming now
your altitude.
The water is not it's from the same creek, or it's not manipulated in such a way that will make it not boil.
Atmospheric conditions can have some.
We've got a very, very strict and well-defined definition of that. The water has to be pure water, and it's got to be at standard temperature or standard pressure.
Agreed. And we'll always have the same results, right?
And if you have that, yes, you will get the same result.
Yeah.
So
100
there's a
degrees C,
scientific.
but
Sorry,
it
go
actually
ahead.
starts to bubble at 88.
Hmm.
So there's a slight conundrum with that task.
Well, yeah, if we see it one day not going at the right temperature, at the same pressure, then we have a problem there. But I don't think up to date that has ever happened.
No, it
Right,
won't.
exactly. Yeah, and if it did, then there would be tests about the variables, about if something was completely changed. Maybe whatever you're heating it up on, the filament went out or something like that. Then you go into the variables and you start asking questions why. And that's what science is. It's about asking questions to come to a conclusion. You aren't necessarily proving that this is going to happen 100% of the time, all the time, every time. You are saying this is going to happen, and there may it may say 88 degrees, but it may be 88.00000001, or something like that. There's always a variable.
Oh, did you wiggle
Right.
it?
So go ahead, Channel.
That wasn't me.
Did you wiggle your independent variable?
Oh,
don't pull a Riley on us now. But
Yeah.
seriously, that he does have a point on that one.
No, he really
Like if you can't wiggle the independent variable, you got a
No.
problem here. Because
No, not at all.
how so?
Well,
If the
Wait a
variable, you
minute.
don't have to move it yourself. If the variable can move and it's a measurable move without you having to do it, it can self-vary. You're just looking for the relationship.
I can't see very many examples where that could happen.
Okay, well, that's pretty much all of medicine. I don't go out and expose somebody to a bunch of deadly things, but I find a population that has been exposed versus a population that hasn't been exposed, and watch disease progression for people who wind up with a very specific disorder, and I determine a link. Given enough time,
Agreed.
given enough time and enough studies, that correlation can be moved over into definite causation.
Agreed. Medicine is science all the way, but when we're talking about stars and something 10 billion light years away, do you really actually think that you know what you're talking about on that issue? I doubt that.
Why is it different?
It's very different. How can you go up close to a star and examine it to see what it is, to make predictions about it? Here you see guys doing thesis on the weather patterns of, what was it? Was it Venus or was it
Neptune?
Jupiter?
Neptune. I
Like,
think.
that's totally ridiculous.
Why?
They've sent probes there. It's not ridiculous.
Yeah. So what we do is we make our best estimate, best guess using the data we have, how far a planet or a star is away. For example, Mars, and then we send a probe out there. If we're wrong, the probe crashes or misses entirely and flies off into space. So for the distance of Mars, we've got that distance of Venus, we've got that distance to the Sun, etc., etc., etc. So in our own solar system, we know the distances to these things, and because we've got either rovers or probes or orbiters or landers on several of the planets in the solar system. Then it becomes a question. Then the longer distances, so outside of our solar system, we can apply the same sort of concepts. It doesn't. I mean, does it really matter if we have Proxima Centauri and it's if we're off by 50% or 10%, does it really matter? It
Well,
matters
according
if
to
we're
Michio
exploring
Kaku,
things.
According to Michio Kaku, they're off by millions of factors of billions of degrees, and it's like, okay, sure.
Can you get that quote? Because I saw that. I know where you got that from. Could you?
That's a misquote.
Yeah, that's a misquote. Could you get that quote, please? Let's hear it. And the other thing
Yeah,
is,
Michio
I'd like to.
Kaku,
I'll try to find it.
Yeah, thank you.
whatever his name is, a lot of the time he will present what has been asked of scientists as if he's asking it himself, and then he gets misrepresented because he said it. And
There's
then he
no
makes the explanation.
misrepresentation. I heard him say it with my own ears.
There were two questions. Did you? Do we have a context for what he said? And
that quote.
yeah,
he was bragging about it. He said something like,
he's bragging.
some people are off by this amount, but us were off by way more than that.
You know,
So
you-
He was
let me ask-
bragging about it almost.
Ah, I know what it is. It was on Big Think. It was when he was
Right.
talking about the neutrinos and the speed of light.
I know where you got it from, though. It's in Robbie Davidson's second Scientism Exposed documentary.
Yeah, it was about CERN and their
Or his first
measurement
one.
of a light beam against neutrinos. And they said there was a 60-mile difference or a 60-foot difference, meaning that would mean that all the observations we've made from supernova are out by millions and millions of degrees. But guess what?
Right.
They were wrong. They miscalculated the distance it took to get up to the satellite to make the precision marking on the other side of Italy. And they forgot to factor that into their calculation.
There you go.
See,
But it doesn't.
my
It doesn't
point
matter
is that
because that's. I know. I'm sorry to break in, but yeah, what happens then is that goes into a flat Earth video, and then that flat Earth video gets repeated and repeated and repeated, and then all the flat Earthers come along and say, "Okay, Michio Kaku said." That's the issue, and it's never corrected. That's a big problem. So
look, if there's an explanation for that, I stand corrected. I'm just telling you guys what I heard. I heard it come out of his mouth.
Exactly, on a flat Earth video, in the same way
No,
that you heard Don Pettit
no,
said we
no,
can't go
no,
back
no.
to the moon.
It wasn't a flat
That's
Earth
my
video. It
problem.
was one of his lectures, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Because I was
all
really
right.
into these guys before I
I don't
started
think
to
that's
question
true.
all this stuff.
I'm not going to call you a liar, but I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna post it. You're gonna
Okay.
see. I'm not kidding.
Right.
No, I know. It's just
Montreal,
funny that happens to be one of the quotes. It's in a flat Earth video.
Montreal, the thing is, we aren't infallible. People will misspeak. People will use the wrong word as just a normal conversation. These things happen. Science is not infallible either. It is just our best understanding of our physical and natural world as we currently know it.
With that attitude, I will agree with you. That's the way to think of things, but this is not the way they say it. They have everything figured out. They have space-time figured out. They have gravity
No, we
figured
don't,
out. They
because
have.
Unfortunately,
They don't have gravity figured out.
Unfortunately, the cloud of the unknown gets bigger with more that we know.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who says we got it all figured out.
That's how we should be thinking. But the big heads, the big wigs, they don't think like that. They have it all figured out.
You're making that assertion. Nobody has ever said we've got it all figured out.
Do you know who actually said that statement that I just said? That was Albert Einstein. One of the smartest men we've ever known. Turned around and
don't
said,
get me started.
we know,
don't get me started with Albert Einstein, please.
No,
it's
no,
late.
but he
is your research?
There's more that we don't know. Doesn't mean that we're wrong with what we know. It's just that there's more questions to be asked about what we do know.
I'm sorry.
Funny you should mention Einstein. I was checking up on him yesterday about the photoelectric effect, because I made a statement once that the only thing that he invented was the photoelectric effect. And I said to myself, I bet if I check on it, I bet you he stole that from somebody too.
Oh, good grief. Are you serious?
I went online yesterday and I found out that it was Hertz that came up with that.
Okay, I'm a little triggered now, and I'm going to apologize to everyone in the room. I'm a little triggered.
I know he's your guy's hero.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
But I question him
yes,
all
you
the
can
time.
question him. Okay, you're not questioning from a position of intellectual curiosity. You've simply watched some videos saying Einstein is a freaking fool, and you want to prove to yourself that he's a freaking fool. So you're going to look for and find anything you can to make him look like
incorrect. I'll tell you why I think he's
that's not incorrect. I think that's pretty accurate. So I'm a little triggered. That's just that's intellectually dishonest in my opinion.
I know you guys get triggered when we say Einstein.
I'm admitting that I'm triggered because it's absurdity. You misquoted Michio Kaku, and
I did not misquote him. I told you
directly
I heard the words coming out of his mouth.
You heard some
myself.
words.
So you're calling me a liar, sir.
Yes,
okay,
I am.
I said Montreal. I'm not going to call you a liar, but I am going to ask that you please go get us that quote so that we can verify it.
Yeah.
Because
Look,
it seems out of character.
Late right now. I'm not going to start searching. I will post it on my linked videos. And next time we speak, I'm going to have that quote for you.
Okay, thank you. That's all I ask. If you're going to say something that sounds absurd, I'd like you to be able to back it up. That's all I ask.
I don't talk for nothing.
Okay, I don't want to. Again, I apologize for being a little triggered. It was like 2 days ago when I heard a flat earther tell somebody that a rocket hit a dome.
No, that's not me. You're not. I mean, don't box me in with these guys.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that in this conversation, we hear those sort of things over and over and over again. Just after about 3 or 4 years, it just gets, just gets a bit much.
That's all right, Rumpus.
Hold on.
I take it as a compliment.
Right, Montreal, if you can accept that science gives us our best understanding of our physical and natural world, where do you think they've started getting it wrong then? In the grand scheme of things, to believe that the Earth isn't what they say it is.
That's a fair question. I want you to understand that I'm a science geek. I grew up going to the same school as you guys did. I learned the same stuff you guys did.
Okay.
I watched every episode of Nova.
Okay. I was you once. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
You get all that, right?
Yes, we've heard that. Can you? The question being answered would be terrific.
Okay.
Where are they going wrong?
I'll tell you what happened with me. I was researching time before any of this flat Earth stuff. I was researching time, if time was real or not. And I happened to bump into one of these flat Earth videos, and I, just like everybody else, I said, these guys are idiots. What are they talking about? Flat Earth. And I started researching, and I started seeing some stuff, and that's what opened my mind to this stuff.
That was not the question. The question is, where is science going wrong?
Where has science gone wrong? Okay, science has not gone wrong. Science is science and always will be science. It's the pseudoscience, the pseudoscientists, the Neil deGrasse Tysons, the Michio Kakus, the string theorists, all these guys that claim they know seven different space dimensions. Like, are you guys serious?
It's actually 11.
Okay,
11. That's all mumbo jumbo.
So you're confusing theoretical physics with natural science.
It's all mumbo jumbo. It's all pseudoscience.
All mumbo jumbo. Can I ask you a question?
If you're a doctor, I have great respect for you.
Okay. Well, may I ask you a question?
If you're a scientist, I have great respect for you.
Okay. May I ask you a question? Do we, as a human race, know the distance to the moon, or let's say the distance to Mars, or is that mumbo jumbo?
What does that have to do with anything we're talking about?
It's just simple because you're saying that they know everything, or etc. I don't know actually what you're saying, but the claim is that science has gone wrong because what you don't consider to be science, anything to do with space, you don't consider to be science. You consider to be pseudoscience.
Most of it, yeah.
Most of it,
like astrology. Most of that is pseudoscience. I mean,
but that's not a science. Yeah? Astrology.
Yeah, astronomy, astrology.
No, astronomy and astrology are very, very different.
They're two different things.
They're disparate as you can say. I like chicken and I like chickens.
Did I say they were the same? Did you hear me say that? You think I don't know the difference between astrology and astronomy?
Yes.
You really are triggered, my friend.
You put them in the same bucket as they're all mumbo jumbo, all etc. etc.
Well, science.
But astronomy and astrology, nowhere near anything.
Listen. If this is the line you're going down, then I guess you might as well talk to somebody else, because I don't think you know who you're talking to.
I asked you what do we know the distance to Mars?
You think you know the distance to Mars.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. Have we landed rovers on Mars?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then you have a conspiracy theory. You have a conspiracy theory, not science.
Sure. You can believe whatever you want. It's a free world, my friend. If you believe that you went to Mars,
it's self-evident. It's self-evident.
If you believe that man went on the moon, that's your prerogative.
You don't have it. The issue is you're not talking about science. You're talking about a conspiracy theory. As soon as you
I'm
as soon as you
talking
say,
about-
I don't believe this happened because I watched a video on YouTube, then you're into conspiracy, not into science. So your objection is not based on science. Your objection is based on
Again,
conspiracy
you're putting
theories.
words in my mouth. Again, you're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah.
You're saying that,
Okay, I can do that.
you know something,
Yeah.
X,
Channel
it's
X used
time
to do
me
that.
and you stop talking. Go have a coffee or something, chill out, have a beer, smoke a joint.
No, I'm
I can
fine.
talk
I'm
with
fine.
somebody else.
I'm getting to the heart of the matter. You're not talking about science. So when you say pseudoscience, all you mean is science that you haven't really studied. That's okay. So next step really is to study it.
So
just
you're a
put-
seer now, Channel X. You're a seer, right?
I don't think I'm triggering. I think you are.
Can you pick 6 numbers for the next lotto? I'm tired of working.
You see, that's it. Yeah, that's silly. All right.
I think Montreal, there would be so
I
many
can
things
play
we
your
could do.
game, my friend.
I know,
There's
yeah,
so many
not very
things-
well.
There's so many things we could take issue with what you said, down to you went to the same schools as us. I guarantee you didn't go.
You did not go to the same school I went to.
Definitely go to the same school I did.
You didn't even go to high. So you didn't even go to high school. You didn't go to my university. You didn't go to my graduate school. You didn't go to my medical school. Already, you're either lying. You're either lying to me, or you're just hand wave dismissing. my
umbrella. I
education.
call them umbrella statements.
You and I
Yeah.
are not, and I hate to say that because
Yeah,
I think you're actually one of the better people in this community for the other side.
I
But
agree.
damn, do you make some ignorant ass fucking statements?
Yeah,
I
my
make
age-
ignorant statements. You guys believe you live on a spinning ball, surrounded with water,
Yeah, you're saying them right now.
in a vacuum.
You're saying them right now.
Traveling in 7 different vectors.
Yeah, you're stating
you guys are in
the
La La Land,
facts
my
as if
friend.
you're
If you
stating
think
the
I'm
facts as
crazy,
if they're
you guys
absurd.
are off your
Okay,
rockers.
okay. I'm
You're
going to make a
stating the
statement
facts.
here that's going to absolutely tear you to pieces, Montreal. Back when I was in primary school, back in the early 80s, I was taught geocentrism.
Whoa, that's impressive.
By who?
And then 6 years later, we were taught the Copernican model.
Hey,
Wow.
believe whatever you want, guys. It's a free world.
Yeah, we are. That's the point of this conversation. The point
No,
of the conversation is
saying
to,
you've got the
is
same
to
education.
You just wanna demean me. You wanna show your superior
I'm not. I don't
knowledge,
want
your
to.
superior
That is.
intellect, your superior schooling.
I
Trust
don't.
me,
I
dude, I
don't
dealt with
need to.
people like you.
I don't
Actually,
need.
You're
to.
nothing.
I don't.
Montreal,
need
here's
to.
the thing though.
And
You're
you
not,
are
actually,
Can I
you're not actually providing any sort of evidence. All you're saying
Yes.
is you guys can't seriously believe this. Here's my incredulity.
Yeah.
Can you please provide us evidence?
Can you provide me evidence you're living on a spinning ball surrounded
Yes.
with water?
Absolutely, I
next
can.
to a vacuum?
You will hand ways dismiss it though.
What are you gonna tell me? Go ahead, prove it to
I can
me.
show you photos that NASA has taken. I can show you experiments that prove
That's
wrong.
your response. Ha ha ha.
I can show you that the solar analemma tilts according to your location your location. On a
Yeah, and
flat
you can-
Earth, it would move back and forth. It would not tilt.
Yeah, you can debunk that entire spinning ball thing with one word. It's called sunset.
Go for it.
Sunsets. Yeah.
Sunsets. Wow.
Yep. Sunsets.
Wow.
Or sunrise.
So
You
hold
dismissed
on.
triggered.
all I told you with one word, sunset. Wow,
Who is
man,
triggered?
that takes college. That takes
All right,
university.
all right, all right, Montreal. Right,
All right.
let's just all calm down. Montreal. Let's take sunsets as an example. Where are we wrong in our understanding? Show us where we're getting it wrong and what the misunderstanding you believe there is.
Sure. After you
then
tell
you're
me
gonna-
how I got it wrong, that water cannot possibly conform to a ball next to a vacuum, I will answer your question.
Gosh. Okay.
Sorry, Terry.
YouTube
I was
science.
just going to say your mic's getting worse
You
over
guys are the
time when
scientists.
when
You
we've
guys
been
are the
listening
smart
to
ones.
You said I was a scientist. I said I'm not a scientist.
Well,
So
you
Montreal-
have greater education than me, so
That's true.
show me that.
Montreal.
Yeah, it is
I,
true. You're
I
smarter than me.
Montreal.
Yes.
I did not
In your
have
dreams.
Montreal. Hold on one second. I did not have the best education growing up. I did not have the best education growing up. Most of the information that I'm gathering, and actually, Channel X and Barney and myself all sat down last night after
Mhm.
Sean G's talking about this, about how education
Oh gosh.
is very it's used as a standard. But what you have to realize is that education comes from the person itself.
Yeah.
All of the information that I've learned over this time is all based on me. It is not based on what I was taught in school, because they can teach whatever they want. I can spew out whatever I want, but until I go out and do the research on my own, then I'm not learning. I'm just learning what they say in a book. And
I hear you, Sean.
And that's what I've
Yeah.
been doing.
Yeah.
All this time since I've been out of school, I have been learning on my own. All the information about the curvature of the earth, all of that stuff, I drank my way through high school. So, you know, I didn't learn anything through there. But I decided that after that, I was going to learn. And that's what I've continued to do throughout my entire life. So I just want to point that out, that it's not because of the education system. It's because I wanted to learn, so I decided to go out and do measurements and go out and do research into physics, go out and do research into, meteorology, things like that.
I hear you, Sean, and I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, I would just want to, apologize. I don't mean to really. I mean, I'm just responding to, what you're saying and just saying crap back. I apologize, but the acquisition of knowledge cannot assume that all knowledge is flawed. It has to assume that at some point someone has done the study before you and has come to conclusions that are, in their mind at least, valid, and you can then check those yourself and make sure that they are indeed valid. Okay, so you do have to make some assumptions as you're learning. For example, you don't assume that people are lying to you. That's not a healthy way to live. It's not a logical way to live. You can assume that they are fallible humans and can make mistakes. So, yeah, you can do that, but you can't really take the philosophical position that everybody is lying to you about whatever it is, unless you have demonstrable, factual reason for that assumption. And that's the source of the flat Earth. That's the source of the idea of flat Earth has not come from scientific investigation or experiment. Okay, it's come from conspiracy theories and, frankly, pseudoscience.
Channel X, I want you to understand something. I don't claim the Earth is flat. I want you to understand that. My only claim is that the Earth is not moving. And some of the other things that I told you, I have no idea what shape the Earth is.
Okay, but it is. All right.
Okay. Montreal, if you're truly searching for the truth, it's really really not going to be easy to find if you start out with totally wrong information, like what you were trying to portray earlier about Einstein stealing the photoelectric effect. That is not what happened. You need to reread what Einstein really did. Who was the first guy to come up with the idea of a photon rather than a continuous wave for light? Do you know? That was Albert Einstein.
Yeah, it was Einstein.
That was Albert Einstein, and that's what he won the Nobel Prize for. There was a real paradox prior to that.
Yeah, I read up some of that yesterday.
It didn't make any sense. Einstein was not stealing a damn thing, and really, I mean, as much as you want him to be not to be the guy he really was the guy he was. The man was
the guy he was, Blue. But Blue, sorry to interrupt you. How can you believe in a guy that says he bends space and time?
That's personal incredulity.
You anything else this guy tells you after that?
Personal incredulity.
Your incredulity does not invalidate him. I'm
sorry.
Yeah. Incredulity, your favorite
That's what this
word,
is.
you guys.
Yes, because you use it, you do it so much. I don't believe
Bend
it.
me some
It's
space
impossible.
time.
Oh, come on.
Well,
I'm the dumb
Montreal,
one. Bend me
Montreal,
some space time, man.
You're bending it right now, Montreal. As you
Yeah.
should.
I
yeah,
am.
Montreal. I was
You
Inclusivity.
are
gonna say
bending space time yourself.
we are all
Check.
bending space time right now.
I know who bends space time. When Gladys does a back kick, Gladys bends space time.
I actually recently revisited the debate between Aaron Ra and Jaron Campanella on the Non-Sex Show. And it was not even 15, 20 minutes in, and Aaron Ra says to Jaron, your argument cannot be, I don't know, therefore it's all fake. And the frustration the poor guy was going through, because that's basically all that Jaron had throughout the entire thing.
Well, that's.
I mean, and I'll reiterate that now. Your position cannot be, I don't understand there, it's all fake, it's all laughable, and NASA photos, ha ha ha. That cannot be your position. It's just, I mean, how, or rather, I should say, how can that be your position? Goodness.
Look, what I can tell you guys is, I see what I see. I know what I know. I know what I believe to be true. And that's it. By the way, guys, I promised my wife we're going to see a movie. So it's time to go. It was a pleasure talking with you guys.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks
do
for
it
the
again
chat,
another
Montreal.
time.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
thanks
dropping
a
by,
lot,
Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah,
Respect
no
to everybody.
animosity.
Yep.
No animosity to anybody.
Yeah,
No, got a bit
exactly.
contentious there. Sorry about that.
Watch
Yeah,
that
you're
video.
you're
I linked
welcome.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome here
I linked
anytime,
you.
Montreal.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
watch that
watch
video
it,
I linked
Blue.
you on, Montreal, because that was a claim that Quantum Eraser and Nathan Oakley, I think, made, and
Which
about the
claim?
Bolivian
Which
salt
one was
flats.
that, Blue?
What was that?
About the Bolivian salt flats. About that
Oh, it's
being that you brought up, I think, that perfectly flat, or Peruvian, or wherever the hell it was,
Bolivian.
someplace,
Bolivian
someplace
salt.
in South.
Bolivia. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bolivia.
we can talk
I'm
about
going
that
to
next
check
time.
out your video, Blue. I promise you.
Yeah, check it out, because I explained how all of that in that video. Okay.
All right. Peace,
Thank you.
everybody.
Take
Have
care,
a good
everyone.
night.
Take care.
Later, Montreal.
Later on. Sean, question for you. Is there anywhere online that someone has detailed the particular quote that he just brought up, Michio Kaku, about being wrong by
His
factor
quote is
of-
so wrong. I'm not sure which of the
Which one?
Michelle Kaku things that he's talking about.
Michelle Kaku.
Mishu.
Michelle Clark. Yeah, you know she says a lot of things, right? But
But what I said to him earlier, the quote he's got that he says that he just found, in all likelihood he got from, like I said, the channel is Celebrate Truth. Robbie Davison put out a documentary called Scientism Exposed, or Scientism. He's got two. So the second one, I think it was, is where he uses that quote from Michio Kaku, and I immediately thought, okay, that cannot be in context. It's got to be taken out of context.
yeah, like I said, I recently saw him use the same thing on a Big Think video.
Oh,
And
okay,
it was,
so a big thing. Okay.
yeah, it was the same argument that he's talking about, though, that because CERN made a mistake in their calculation, they thought they were out by a factor of 60 something or others. Okay, that neutrinos traveled faster than light, which is physically impossible anyway. Only thing that travels faster than light is the speed of dark. Believe it or not.
Yep, that's true.
It's
I
true.
think the actual quote he's trying to come up with is when Michio Kaku is talking about cosmology, where as opposed to being off by factors in decimals, the cosmology could be off by a factor of 10 to 120, which makes it the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
There you go. That's the quote.
But also, that's perfectly fine given the scale that they're going at. That's actually very impressive.
Yeah, but isn't it important that he said they could be? Did he say that they are or that they could be?
We are off by a factor
he
of
said
10 to
we are.
120.
Does he have justification for it?
I think that was the experimental range given the last time it was checked.
Because that would, yeah.
I'm glad
That's a big
Montreal is not in
statement.
the room right now because I'm a massive Michio Kaku fan. The way he conveys information,
But aren't we talking about the
it's fantastic.
measurements that have been done over thousands of years, the distances between celestial objects in the first place? Because we're out by factors of so many thousands of miles for the moon and for the sun and all those
Actually,
other measurements.
Actually, their first measurement of the moon was 30 Earth distances.
Right.
30.
Yeah. So between
Okay.
us and the moon, you could fit 30 Earths, which
That was what they
actually
thought.
is
Very
pretty
close.
close.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's
That's
actually
good.
very close.
I do know
But the first measurements of the sun were off by a long way. The
I
first,
do know
the first sun estimates were in the, I don't know, I want to say 9 or 10 million mile range or something like that.
And what are they?
Yeah.
What are they now?
A factor of 10.
93 million
93
miles.
million.
90 odd million. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were off by a factor of 10 with that one to start with.
Yeah. Earth is
what's the solar
anywhere
probe
from
we have?
yeah. Earth is anywhere from 149 million kilometers to 153 million kilometers away from the sun.
Yeah. That's another thing fun to explain is no, the seasons are not caused by distance to the sun.
Yeah.
And honestly, if this was all
summer's when we're furthest away.
yeah, if this was all contrived, they would make it logical. So summer is when we're closest to the sun, and winter is when we're further. They would do that, right? So that's one of the reasons I don't. If it was a big conspiracy about space, etc., I would think they would make it more logical.
Yeah.
They wouldn't make up massive big numbers.
Well, technically, we are
the stars
further
are
away
close.
because the tilt of the Earth, and I'm further away from the sun than the northern hemisphere at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then when we come to summer, we're closer.
Yeah.
Because of that tilt.
Yeah.
Sorry, that supposed tilt on that spinning blue testicle.
Yeah, we're closer because of that tilt, but that's the aphelion of our orbit.
Ooh,
big Blue, word for a Sunday night. Be smart.
Using these big words.
Why you gotta use big words?
Yeah, Blue.
Oh, sorry.
Scientism.
It's this fuzzy thing on my microphone that's doing it.
Yeah, it's like marshmallow.
Also, I gotta give a shout out to Hannah Anderson in the chat. She's whenever she heard him say the wife wants to go out tonight, her response was, "Wife? Oh dear." And Hannah, if you go back and listen to the Sean G, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I think I said alkalosis when I meant acidosis. Please don't tell please don't tell my attending.
Oh, that's gonna cost you.
Yeah, mark you down for that.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that myself.
That's going to hurt your score.
Oh, it was like the other night talking to Spurs Chemo about frickin' Antarctica, and I said, "Why don't you talk to someone who lives in the southern hemisphere?" And then he just kept rattling on. I offered him observations from my part of the world.
Oh, I know something you don't know. Spurs went in and had a chat on Discord with a lovely lady called Trish Blythe, who has invited him down to New Zealand next December, and she has personally said that she will put him up and she will arrange one of the trips for him to Antarctica, and he says he's going.
Wow.
Hold on, let me hold my breath right now. I'm still holding it.
Okay. We'll let you know when you can let it out.
Yeah, you got to hold it for 14 months.
Yeah. So
I'm not David Blaine.
Let's not wait for that to happen.
Yeah,
but no. So he went on about it for 4 or 5 hours today.
You know he won't go. Because it'll
You
debunk
wouldn't
every
get
claim he's made.
Spurs to Antarctica
No flat
at
earther would
fucking
dare.
gunpoint.
They won't go. They haven't gone so far.
My
Absolutely not.
request was that we just leave him there.
Math Powlett said he was going to go.
No, you got to take your garbage home with you.
Yeah, the penguins won't like it either.
You're not allowed to leave your shit laying around in Antarctica. It's got to go back with you.
I'll chip in
You have to actually
$5 to
bag
send
your
him there.
shit.
Those are pretty expensive trips. I mean, on the
From
18,
Adelaide,
$20,000.
from Adelaide, you can do a flyover for $5,000.
Yeah, I saw
The
some.
flyover, yeah.
The trip itself was about 20,000 New Zealand dollars from obviously
Yeah,
just from New Zealand down to the Antarctica.
Yeah, but that's an actual landing. That one.
Right.
Okay.
Where did you
The
land?
the one Trish Blythe is on about is the one where you actually land and you stay there for a couple of hours and then leave. The one from Adelaide just goes down to the continental shelf and then turns around and comes straight back. So it gives you a look for about 10 minutes and then turns around and comes back. That's all it does.
Yeah, and he agreed that he'd go down and he'd personally do a 24-hour sun video so that he could come back and end flat Earth if that was the case.
Wow.
If this was a serious claim, there would be a Patreon, GoFundMe all ready for a team to go down there and spend a few days at least in the months when there's 24-hour sun, checking to make sure there isn't 24-hour sun if they were really serious. But there hasn't been. So same thing with so same goes for, I mean, I thought about this early, when I saw the rocket hits the dome thing, and I thought, why don't you just do the same thing and see your rocket hit the dome? Put some cameras on it and let it hit the dome.
Are you talking about the spin-stabilized rocket that
yeah, exactly.
If that would have hit the dome, even if the dome were made out of water at that speed, it would have turned into a pancake.
Yeah. It would be smashed into 1,000 pieces, including the camera. So, yo-yo. That's when I learned about yo-yo D-spins.
Yeah, these
Brian,
guys don't understand velocity.
You still got these conspiracy nuts that maintain you should see the tail of the airplanes that hit the World Trade Center sticking out of the Trade Center.
Gosh.
Still have those frigging idiots are out there. The same idea.
Blue.
Make any sense.
The plane's disintegrated.
It's pain.
Yes,
idiots.
I know, but you listen to these flat earthers. The one that crashed up in Shanksville. They think they ought to see the tail of the airplane sticking up out of the dirt somehow.
What?
Did they know it hit flat?
No, I don't want to talk about 9/11, please.
No, don't go on about it too much.
I'm sorry, I watched that live. No, thank you. Sorry, I was going to say to Montreal.
I saw it live down here in Adelaide, South
I
Australia. I woke up to see one of the buildings on fire.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, my sister-in-law called me.
Turn the
TV on.
I was in 7th grade, and the teacher had turned on the television, and we thought we were all watching a really just not very fun movie.
Yeah, and then I saw the second plane come in.
I thought I was watching
my oath. That's when I had my oath moment.
The media was covering it at that point. The cameras were on it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't bring it up to talk about 9/11.
Sorry.
I brought it up because you're talking about a rocket bouncing off the dome.
Exactly. Yeah, rocket bouncing.
Ether band.
They don't understand.
Ether band. Ether band.
So all you have to do is just look at all the rocket sleds that they shoot into walls. All the videos of that, where they just disappear.
At that speed, they just vaporize.
The amount of experiments that Mythbusters did related to physics of rockets and explosions and things hitting things. The velocity of a rocket hitting any surface will disintegrate.
Ether band.
I tell you a little macabre story. We were driving in Michigan, early in the morning. It was 5 a.m. and driving to some family members, and up in Flint, I think it was. Anyway, driving along the expressway, and we come
You
across a
didn't drink
bridge.
any of the water there?
No, this is before. Anyway. Oh, by the way, hats off to Elon Musk for helping out in that situation. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway,
but
so
apparently he's a dumb scientist.
Yeah. So we're driving along, and we see there's a bridge, and I'm driving towards the bridge. I see that on the right side of the bridge there was a big, like, almost like black scar up the side of the wall of the bridge, and it was like something had exploded there, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I got closer and closer, and as we got closer, we could see the back end of a car. And as we passed it, we saw a car had gone off the expressway and hit the bridge. And you know where the C pillar is?
Yeah.
You know what the C, right? Well, and actually, no, it was the B pillar. It was the B pillar was resting against the wall.
Where was
So
the rest of the car?
Inside the car. And
Oh
it
my
exploded.
gosh.
It had exploded and left a scar. And it must have happened about 4 a.m. and no one had been along there to see it happen or report it. And then we got to Flint, got to family member's house, and we were there, and then it was on the news that someone had run off the expressway. But the entire front end of the car was inside the car. It was like the B pillar was resting against the wall. You're like, oh, that's not good. So anything hits, I mean, that would be 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour?
Maybe 80, 90?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Imagine at 4,000 miles an hour.
There'd be no wall.
No, it would just be completely, it'd be obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have vaporized, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, Crash, how you going? Mic check.
Crash.
He's getting there.
Crash, rocket, fuel, rocks.
Crash, rocket, fuel. Oh, we're in Zoom. I forgot we're in Zoom. I forgot we're in Zoom. Okay, I've got to name myself.
Says Aaron's sobriety.
Oh, that's Brian Peck.
No. I was trying to get you into the conversation.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry, I was reading on his patient.
I've got Plain Truth's stream going on in a window, just watching him trying to put together images together. I got no idea what he's saying. Just the images don't make sense for a start.
Oh, fuck that guy. Fuck everything about that guy.
Yeah, you can take a million photos, but if you can't explain what's happening, you're insane.
Yeah, I just flipped it on. It's the same damn picture of the same damn buoy.
Sign of insanity.
But really good.
I can see that they've been taken on different angles. That's one thing I can see.
Yeah.
If anyone needs a good laugh, I highly recommend they go to Blue's channel and watch him absolutely drag Travis apart, because Travis claims to understand how gyro compasses work.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Blue has such a good takedown of that.
I've nearly got my head around how they work.
They spin.
Okay, that's a help.
Can you use more less technical terms for layman, please?
They go round and round and round.
Oh, like wheels on a bus? Okay, all right.
Got it.
At one point, he's examining two pictures, one of a gyroscope, one of a gyro compass, one on top of the other. And it's obvious one of them is a gyro compass because it's constructed like a gyro compass. And he's trying to explain why the one that's obviously a gyroscope must obviously be the gyro compass. And it is fucking hilarious.
Magnets? Sorry.
You can tell those mountains aren't the same size. Yes, that's the point.
Oh my God! You can't.
Sean Smith, were you on the panel where he came on and he was looking at Alk had two different images of the same boat that from different distances blew them up to the same size and superimposed them on him to prove the point of relative size.
Yep.
Oh,
And he was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, all this proves to me is that this picture was taken from the same distance. It's like, no, that is not what the point of this was.
And the fact that it wasn't the same distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, but to prove that it showed that part of the boat was, hidden.
Yeah.
That was that was the whole point. And he's like, yeah, look, I can't even tell anything on that picture, and it was clear as a bell.
That's incredulity. By seeing something and then saying you don't see it, that's being incredulous.
It's not.
Stop using that word. Stop using that word. It hurts.
It's not up to Montreal's levels, though. You guys can't seriously believe that.
But that's the whole point of the mountains as well. He says, well, you can't tell anything in those pictures, but he can tell that those mountains are different sizes.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the way Sean G did it, yeah, they looked a little bit different, but that's also because of your viewing distance, you numbnut. All they've done is zoom it in so it fits the same frame. That's all they did.
Yeah, and he even admitted that. Oh well, these are taken at different distances. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. I wonder.
Wow, wonder.
That's right. I see camera, but what is camera showing?
What are you seeing?
Dark.
The tip of your head and the ceiling.
Okay, there you go. All right, don't turn it around. You go.
That's better.
I'm going to show you.
Ah,
There you go.
are you Spocking?
It's the best Spock cosplay I've ever seen in my life. This guy was amazing.
Jesus, someone really rocked the Spock there.
It was amazing. Guys from Canada. So I'll show you that.
Is that where Vulcans come from?
Oh, here you go.
That's an excellent fat loop.
Is that Fat B1 Kenobi?
No,
he looked a bit portly.
No, that's Luke Skywalker is very portly in the latest Star Wars episodes.
It's a really good one. Really good cosplays.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
That's Sauron. There's Edna Mode.
No capes.
No capes. There's Obi-Wan.
Oh wow.
Good Obi-Wan. That was a really good Obi-Wan. I don't know who that is. Hold on, let me find someone I might recognize. Oh, he's a good Trekkie guy. Oh, check this one.
Oh, he's going to die. He's red shirt.
Oh my God,
Kevin Smith.
That's amazing, right?
Oh, that's impressive.
It's a Black Widow. She was good too.
Yeah.
It's my Dragon Con. And tell me who that is.
There's some who call him Tim.
Tim.
You know, that was actually not scripted. He actually forgot the name, and
that's right. He had a complex name. He had a complicated name.
Just call me Tim.
They call me Tim.
He forgot the name. Is it midline? And just said Tim. And it was so funny that they kept it.
Yeah.
Behind the rabbit, it is the rabbit.
I better unmute myself so you can hear. I didn't see what pictures what they were. I just got back.
Okay, hold on.
Some
I'll show you.
cosplays.
Okay, who's that there? Tell me who that is. Any real nerds?
Sunny.
Why did I make it bigger? Oh,
that is the gentleman that's the gentleman who invented warp travel for planet
correct.
Earth.
Very good. Anyone remember his name?
Doctor.
Real nerd bucks. Real nerd points if you get his name.
God, I don't remember.
Begins with a Z.
Which person?
Oh,
Spock or the
oh.
other bloke?
and
Yeah,
he was
this
in the
guy.
Next Generation too.
Yeah.
Oh
But
shit!
he was
He went
actually
bad.
on. He was on the in the movie. He was in the movie, played by flipping heck, Cromwell. Not Oliver Cromwell. James Cromwell. He was played by James Cromwell in the film.
Which film? There's like 12.
The Star Trek Generations. Star Trek.
No, this would have been First Contact.
First Contact. Yeah.
Fuck,
Nope.
I don't remember his name.
Last chance.
No, give me a second. I've
Your
almost got
mum?
it.
Hey, don't Google
His
it.
first-
That's cheating.
Zephram. What's his last name?
Zephyr Cochrane.
Cochrane. that's it.
Cochrane.
There you go. There you go.
So you almost gave it away with a Z.
Well,
I'm
when
trying to call
you,
him Zofram. I was like, that's not right.
they named a school after him or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
And,
Or a
and
statue.
who
Zephram
was it that
Cochrane High School.
developed?
That's right.
That's it. Yeah.
Geordie went to Zephram Cochrane High School.
Yeah, who was it that developed the Warp 5 for Enterprise?
Speaking of Geordie,
As Geordie Lepore.
Geordie Lepore.
I've actually met LeVar Burton.
Oh, really? That's very cool.
Actually,
Very
that's
cool.
what I like about Star Trek Online is that they've got most of the original voice actors in it.
Here you go. Check this out. Can you see that? It's a mashup of who played Wolverine? What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
It's the greatest showman Wolverine mashup.
Your camera work is shit. It's as bad as Travis.
I'm trying to. Good grief, man! I'm trying the best I can.
Why don't you just share it? Why don't you just share it in the Zoom meeting?
Because it's on my computer.
Well, it's a lot
Oh,
easier
why-
to do it if you're on a computer.
I know. I'm on my phone.
Oh dear! All this technology. Damn those
It's-
scientists with their
No,
pseudoscience.
okay, this is for. Hang on, I'll do it one more time. Sorry. Hold on. Shut up. That's what I wanted to do it for.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's Davros.
Look how good that is. Look how good that
That's
is.
brilliant.
That's a likeness.
That's so good. It's ironic my camera work is crap on photography. My holding up an iPhone to my computer screen at midnight is rubbish.
Just
Yes,
blame it on
it
the
is.
ether band.
Blame it on the sunshine.
Haven't you got any of 7 of 9?
There was no 7 of 9 cosplays. I looked thoroughly.
I bet you did.
You really looked.
I really, really did. I searched high and low.
Mm.
There was the first one I went to, the first about 3 or 4 years ago. This is Dragon Con in Atlanta. The first one I went to, the first cosplay I saw when I arrived was Mystique.
Closer to the prize at the end of the road. All night long, I dream of a day when it comes around that it's taken away. Easy with the feeling that I feel on.
So,
What the hell was that, babe, man?
yeah, the first cosplay I saw was Mystique, and it was pretty authentic.
Did you hear that? They're getting Jerry Ryan to do a bit part in the Picard series.
Picard, yes, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, and they've also got Brett
Riker.
Skinner coming back.
Brett's coming back. Riker's there, so you got Frakes. I like Frakes, it's great. There's some great videos of them at Comic-Con. There's one with Wheaton, Frakes, and Burton.
Will Wheaton can die.
Will Wheaton's brilliant. Wheaton!
Will Wheaton must die. Sorry, I'm taking Sheldon's approach. Will Wheaton must die.
The Wesley,
Shut up,
the t-shirts, the t-shirts. He had the Wesley crushes.
The Wesley crushes.
It's great. So Right,
I still remember when Picard said, "Shut up, Will."
Shut up. Did he really?
Yeah, first season.
Oh, shut up.
That's when he's wearing that grey uniform.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's first season or second season. It's one or the other. But Picard's talking to Deanna Troi, and then Will pipes up, and he turns around and says, "Shut up, Will." God, I'm a
Granny-
nerd.
Oh,
Granny in the
gosh.
chat. Fuck Sheldon.
All right, I've got it handheld now.
If she wants to.
All right. I'm going to put it on the little stand. No one else is doing anything like this, showing cool pictures.
I haven't got anything of Star Trek.
I've got great pictures, and you're like, camera work is not great.
I gotta see if I can get my downstairs neighbor to put on his outfit. He's a professional, not Jamie Foxx, Michael J. Fox impersonator.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realize that he lived beneath me for a good long while.
And
He
you didn't
came
know.
back- Yeah. Oh, he came back in one day, from somewhere or another. I was standing up front with my girlfriend, and he had a pink hoverboard, and I just yelled, "Hey, McFly!" And he responded back to me with a perfect accent.
Yes.
I was like, "Whoa, that was excellent." And I looked at him again. I was like, "You know, you kind of
Tiny
look
baby.
like him." He's like, "Oh yeah, I mean that's my job." And he comes up and hands me his card. It's like, how have I not known that I live above Marty McFly?
88 miles an hour.
Did you ask him where was the DeLorean parked?
I didn't think to do that. I was, it was just one of those weird moments.
Well, that's because he came back from the future and he's been hiding out.
There you go. If you can tell who those guys are, name that movie.
You know you can still buy a DeLorean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really not all that expensive either.
That movie would be The Fifth Element.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. And who is this?
Shit.
Samurai Jack. I don't know.
Very good. That
Yeah,
is
his
Samurai
beard's
Jack.
not long enough.
Not long enough. Not quite.
The rice hat's not great.
No, that's Batman.
That is
It's
Damian
Batman.
Wayne. That is Damian Wayne.
No. Jason
Can't
Todd.
tell. It's Robin. It's dead Robin.
It's Jason Todd.
Well, I thought
Okay.
Destro killed Damian, not Jason.
No, the Joker killed Jason Todd.
Yeah, but that was Destro.
And then he got
behind
brought back by the Lazarus Pit and became the Red Hood.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Death of the Family.
There you go. Here we go. Who's that?
That's the
Oh,
villain from Samurai Jack.
What?
that's yeah.
That's Aku.
Aku, yeah.
Long ago.
These guys must watch too much of these movies.
It's just been a long, long time. I remember so many things that I wish I'd replaced with things that were relevant.
I had no idea who the bloke was in the robe.
That was someone from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't have
Oh,
a clue
that's
that one.
That's an easy
that's
one.
Littlefinger.
Captain America, and I don't know.
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
That's Doctor Strange. Doctor Weird. And here's a great one. Here you go.
Superman and
Wonder Bosom.
Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Columbo.
Go on. Very good. Debbie, can I
I
ask you a
wouldn't have got
question?
that one.
Peter Falk.
Can I ask you a question? Let's see. She's good too.
Oh shit.
I don't know who that. I don't know who that is.
No, neither do I. I haven't got.
Looks like a vegetable.
Yeah. Here you go. Here you go.
But what did it taste like? Speed Racer.
Tesla.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
There you go.
Can't see it.
Danny?
Mary Poppins.
It's Mary Poppins.
Yep. Okay, now I can see her.
Oh, I'm trying to get it. Oh, never mind.
Path
Past does not exist.
Harley Quinn and the Joker.
Yeah, it's good. Harley
The
Quinn.
Jared Leto Joker. Come on, you got to
Yeah.
be precise because there's been many iterations of the Joker.
Oh, Admiral, what's her face?
Admiral, let's fly this into another starship.
Admiral, let's destroy this hyperspace lane.
Out of what?
Okay. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell who these guys are.
Badly dressed?
No, there's a specific.
That is
Have
the
you ever
theme.
seen bad lip reading? They did a thing on. It's
Christ.
the seagulls.
Yeah, it's the Yoda.
Yoda. Yep, the Yoda
Yeah,
song.
the Yoda bad lip reading.
Rocking, I'm rolling down to the beach. I'm rolling. That one.
It was obvious that Seagull stop it now.
That's it. Seagulls, stop it now. Do da do do da do do da. That was brilliant. Nope.
She looks like a dude.
Peter Jackson.
Ah,
There's a Wolverine mashup guy. This guy was good. That guy was good. All right, that's about all I got.
I was hoping there'd be something. Oh, Princess Peach.
There you go. Very, very good.
I was hoping there'd be one like what Bryan Cranston did a little bit ago,
Yes.
where he showed up dressed as himself.
This is Bryan Cranston. Yeah. There was a really good. There was a R2D2 and C3PO. No, there was an R2D2, but there was also a BB-8, and they were both operated by a guy with like just remote controls he had in his palm, so you couldn't tell. It was a crowded room, and there was these two, droids, and you couldn't tell who they were operated by. It was really amazing.
Kim Possible.
Yeah,
That's Kim Possible.
Agent Smith.
Oh, yep. Agent
Smith. You all look the same. Check it out.
I should know that.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That's Crow T Robot. And I've forgotten the new guy's name. Jonah. The new guy's name is Jonah.
Ah.
The old guy's name, first guy's name was Joel, then they had Mike. So yeah.
That was a great show.
That was a great show. Yeah, this is 2018. It's 2018.
Mandelbrot set, you spelt it wrong.
But seriously, if I'd have spent all the time taking pictures, I would have been there all day. It's just amazing how many good cosplays there were. The year before that, there was a family, and it was the Incredibles. So we had Jack in the stroller. They had Violet. They had Dash. They're really, really good. Here's another good Wolverine. I'll show you this one. It was really good Wolverine.
Oh, that's excellent.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
That's pretty outstanding. Get the bulging. Well, you got really. It was really, really ripped.
Meanwhile, the only cosplay I could do would be Professor Dave.
That would be obscure. That would certainly be obscure. Rocking and rolling.
I could probably pull off Dash the Stampede. That's about it.
That'd be a fun one to pull. Although that coat would be hot as hell.
Yeah, exactly. Need a lot of air conditioning.
You even get a hold of one of those NASA cooling undershirts.
Cool.
Mandelbrot set. Need more bosoms.
Yeah, I know. He said he spelled it wrong.
The sentiment is shared, though.
Yeah. The plane truth's going on about that Salt Lake photographs again.
The
Salt Lake or the Salt Flats?
I don't know. He's got different
Salt
images
Lake.
up at the moment of something with measurements of distance, but I don't know what.
He doesn't know how distance works.
It's all raw data is what he's looking.
Yeah. I'd go look, but I refuse
And-
to give him any sort of watch time or count.
Yeah, he can't.
Well,
He
it's the
doesn't.
usual thing that comes out of him. I can't understand it, therefore it has to be a lie.
Yeah, discernment is not something flat earthers have.
You were saying the picture was distorted, but they showed a picture of the Jeep, and the Jeep was quite nicely in.
Yeah, there was no distortion. There was no distortion. He's just pulling words out of his ass to say it looks like this when it doesn't.
It's disingenuous for you to say that I don't understand things. Demonstrate you fucking understand something.
The only thing disingenuous about that entire conversation was Travis himself.
Yeah, because he
I'm
could
not
see
being
it.
disingenuous. I understand everything. It's like you're not letting us know this one that's a lie, and two. I'm not even gonna go there.
I don't think Travis knows how to tell the truth.
So
Yeah.
all I got is someone focus on this dude's crotch.
Eh?
Captain Smegma has his screen
Yes.
focused directly on this stormtrooper's crotch.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see you were sharing. Sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
just bored.
You got to do something about that.
Has he got an Ewok on his back?
Yes, it was an Ewok on his back. Yeah.
So it's a forest trooper.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Nerd.
You know, I would go as the Human Torch, but that's a one-shot deal.
Is it Ozzie here or is it me?
You can go as in Mr. Invisible.
Mr. Invisible.
I
I
do
would
it
know.
every year.
When someone finally comes to get you, it's like, how did you find me?
You got any photos of Mr. Invisible?
Visible. No.
You mean David McCallum?
Yeah.
Oh, that far. Gee, that's going back a few years too. Yeah, that one.
Right. Yeah, it was just specifically for you, Terry.
Yeah.
Hello, my lovely little boys.
What was that
To,
one with Kevin Bacon? The one with Kevin Bacon in it. I never got to see that one.
Oh, Hollow Man?
Yeah, Hollow
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
and
pretty
then it
cool.
was Christian Slater in the second one.
Oh, did he change?
Because-
Okay.
Kevin Bacon was like, I'm not making that piece of shit.
Well, he died. They couldn't bring him back.
they do in
You can do
EastEnders.
anything in movies.
So what have I missed then, guys?
Nothing.
Um,
Just
Show and tell.
Apart from
Oh, we're
Show
just
and tell.
we're just bagging out plain truth and looking at pictures.
I
Got
see
some
a
guns and roses up there.
How
Channel
far back
X.
do you want to go?
Sorry, Captain Smegma
Captain
was
Smegma to you.
yeah, get a bit upset earlier.
I was not upset. I was just keeping his feet to the fire.
I thought it's going to come in a minute. It's going to come and then, oh yeah, go out to the pictures. Oh, bored.
Oh,
So,
Mario Brothers.
There you go. They were brilliant.
what happened to Jose then this afternoon? I missed
Oh,
that.
Dr. Roxa, the rock and roll clown, just passed to the back.
Yeah. There's so many. Just if I like I said, if I just spent the whole time taking pictures as Captain Kirk, there's just so many. It's remarkable.
Mario.
Likes to find
It's
where's
Captain-
Wally.
Yeah, there's Captain Kirk taking pictures of something. Anyone tell me what that is?
Oh,
Megma.
fuck. It's from Princess Mononoke, I think.
Okay, there you go.
No,
in the anime.
Is it, or is it from Bleach?
It's from Bleach. Yeah.
Oh, is that a hollow?
Yep.
Doctor Who.
Check this guy. Just brilliant.
Got
I
his
don't know.
Sonic-
Is it?
Got his Sonic.
Tom
screwdriver.
Baker.
Tom Baker.
I can tell by the scarf.
Yeah.
The scarf. I had one of those scarves. My nana knitted it for me.
I have a
Son-
Sonic Spork.
I want a Sonic screwdriver, then I can fix anything.
Or get into any door or lock any door. Basically.
But apparently it
Is it-
can't start the TARDIS.
No.
He needs a fucking key.
Well, of course. That wouldn't be a.
But that's not a
That wouldn't
door.
be a yeah, it wouldn't be a secret. You know, it wouldn't be a policeman's phone booth.
No. But the actual mechanism to travel through space and time, it actually requires a freaking key.
Well, yeah.
Doc Fearsom's
Find out.
addressing something in the outside chat, but I might be related to more somebody else that knows what he's talking about.
Is he? Where?
I'm a dumb American thinking he's connecting some dots. Regarding smegma, is that what a smeghead is? An uncircumcised dickhead full of smegma? Okay. I don't know.
More accurately, that'd be covered in smegma.
Ooh.
I'm anti-smegma ban, so I'm safe.
Jeez.
So you could have put yourself in as anti-jizz band.
Fat Luigi. Yeah, he's right there. So what's this fascination about Tank Girl? No, I'll take that back. I know what the fascination of Tank Girl is.
Oh, they're making a new movie.
Oh, are they? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Who's Tank Girl going to be?
I know it sounds strange, but my pick would be Pink.
Well, yeah, definitely.
She would do it a great justice, but I don't know what her acting is like.
As she wouldn't have to act, just get her pissed off.
Yeah.
She's put on a few pounds now, so she hasn't quite got the slimness she used to.
Come on. Wouldn't take long with a PT to get into shape again.
No, that's true. I'm gonna say you could have Kylie Minogue, but she's a bit small, really, isn't she?
Yeah, Margot Robbie would probably be a better choice.
Yeah. Or her sister.
Yeah.
Or Natalie Imbruglia. Ooh.
Margot would be my choice.
I don't know if you can see that.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a grandma. It was a grandma in a wheelchair. It was brilliant.
Game of Thrones in the wheelchair. Nice.
Yeah.
Mandelbrot said wants the girl in Kick-Ass to play Tank Girl.
Oh, okay.
as long as Miley Cyrus plays the part.
Nice.
No, she don't do it for me. The girl in Kick-Ass to play Tank Girl.
Or she'd be old enough now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we should be tall enough.
But I don't think she'd be able to pull it off.
there you go. What's this adorable? Is it a munchkin? Right, great. It's like, what? That's adorable.
I was trying to work out who the three witches were.
From Cinderella. And he goes, multipass.
Oh,
good.
No,
Fifth
to
Element.
all three of them.
no, no, all three.
They were so earnest. They were so
Yeah.
earnest, though.
Yeah, I know, but the
Nah. I had to,
All
I
right,
have to watch.
the
I have
Chris
to wash
Tu-
my
the Chris
eyes for that-
Tucker-
for that one.
the Chris Tucker guy, one, not black, two, the costume's not fitting correctly, and the hair is shit. The guy trying to play Bruce Willis, not portly enough, not bold enough.
No.
That's just some people just cannot pull off a costume.
Okay, I will literally give money if you know who this is. If you know what this is, I'll be shocked.
No, I've got no idea.
It's not
That
the
looks
giant
like
purple
something
people
from
leader,
that.
is it?
No, it looks like is that from whatever that movie is where the girl has all those emotions inside of her?
That's Inside Out. Actually, no, but it's a good guess. That is a figment from the Disney. I think it was Epcot Imagination ride.
Well,
I ain't got a
we
clue what
sort
you're
of
on about.
don't have a Disneyland in our country, so we.
I know that's
wouldn't
why.
know.
That's why I was. Yeah, that's why I was like.
Yeah, that's not fair.
No,
You
no,
don't need
no.
to get
I
on
know.
that.
I'm aware. I'm aware of that.
No, it's a circus.
Y'all need to get on that. Y'all need to pay way too much to go see rides that aren't that much fun.
The blue meanie.
Oh, okay. Here we go. What's this? What's this?
Monty Python.
Yeah, the Holy Grail.
There's the guy with his coke. Where's his coconut?
Coconuts are behind him.
Oh, there they go.
The
Clip,
coconuts.
clip, clop, clip,
Yeah.
clop, clip, clop, clip,
There
clop,
he
clip,
is.
Has
clop,
a
clip, clop,
coconut.
With the bunny rabbit.
clip,
Has he
clop,
got
clip, clop.
coconut?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got the
That's the
coconuts.
funny
Yeah. There you go. Clip,
That
clop,
was
clip, clop.
Patsy.
Yeah,
He's
play
got the
that one.
horny hospitalier nurse behind him as well.
With the bunny.
We have those things over here, don't we?
What things?
Those things, cosplay things.
Okay,
I
so
thought you were talking about
Comic Con
coconuts.
plays across the East Coast. They just had PAX in Melbourne the weekend just gone. PAX will be in Sydney next weekend, I think, or the weekend after, and moves up to Brisbane for a November show.
I always forget about us down here.
And we have Adelaide gets Supernova at the end of November, I think it is, which is another cosplay and comic.
Why can't
And
they just
video
stop in on
game
the way
based.
through to Sydney?
No, they do. They always do across the eastern seaboard.
Maybe I'm not looking at the right places to find out when they're showing.
Yeah, you can't see it when you're working on your muffler under the car. So yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was because Terry was on the other side of the ice wall.
Hey, I'm closer than he is.
Yeah, Davros is closer to the ice wall than I am.
Yeah,
Did I hear you
5,000
right?
miles.
Did I hear you right earlier that Skidmark is going to Antarctica?
Apparently.
Yeah, right.
As if he would travel south.
Yeah, but which south?
Oh,
Yeah, he'd get
Christ.
lost.
Jose's over in Travis's giving him ammo.
Who?
Jose's over in
probably
Travis's misinterpreting data.
He probably
Oh.
lives next to Heathrow, and he'd still wouldn't know where the airport is.
Probably.
Yeah.
Somehow Jose thinks he sees more of the mountain in the 27-kilometer, in the 83-kilometer picture than he does in the 27-kilometer picture. Oh, sorry, the 27-kilometer picture.
But that's
Yeah, if they're on
impossible.
different
That's
days.
physically impossible.
On different days, it might be totally possible.
Blue,
And it's not true.
what have I
I'm
told
sorry.
you? Don't give Travis any quarter.
No
Not
quarter,
possible.
seriously.
Physics says no.
Okay.
What is Wolf? Sorry. What has Wolfie
Sorry.
got in his latest picture with the 300 miles, 400 miles? He's up in an aeroplane, taking a picture of the distance. Is it?
He's up in an aeroplane taking a picture of the distance.
I didn't know what. I didn't look at the video. I didn't know what he was referring to. I just wonder if he was pointing the finger at. I don't know if it's
The
doing
last
that,
upload I've got is Dim Dim sees a bright rocket light.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I see that one.
It could be any one of them. Who's Dim Dim? Oh, that'd be Phuket word.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Dim Dim to Wolfie.
Dim Dim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryder a Dinosaur has a new one up today. That guy gets lost on the way to the North Pole, apparently.
Actually, I still like Cool Hard Logic's one of the flat earther that decided to do his North Pole expedition that was going to cost $1 million to prove the flat Earth.
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah, he wanted $1 million GoFundMe to rent airplanes or buy. He was going to buy an airplane, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the airplane he wanted to buy was actually like $15 million.
Exactly.
What a fucking idiot. Who is he going to have pilot the damn thing?
Oh, yeah, details. Come on.
Yeah. He'd probably get Wolfie.
Follow.
And Wolfie would get him to sit on the tail.
Thinking pop.
Yeah. Going to buy an airplane.
Michelle Desert's got it right. Most of those flat Earth fools will never go further than their mum's basement, let alone go to another continent.
Hell, half of them won't even go across the country. Fucking what's his face? Russian Vids had a paid ticket, paid pickup, paid dinner, paid hotel. All he had to do was show up. Refused.
Oh, to see the rocket launch.
Yep.
What?
He could prove to himself that something goes up and something comes back down for himself. Said, nope, I'm not going.
What a twat. Just shows how stupid he is, eh?
But that's conspiracy 101.
Yeah, you paid for me, so it must be lies.
The first commandment of conspiracy. Thou must not find anything that which shall debunk thy bullshit.
That which is true must not be uttered in this room.
That's how, I mean, let's be honest, let's really analyze this. That is really one of the most fatal flaws in this entire thing, isn't it? Is the complete and total unwillingness to do things that they know will debunk flat Earth. They won't look at the ISS from two different vantage points. They will not laser range the moon. They will not go to Antarctica.
Yeah, that's why they tell us we have to go out and do the experiments, because we keep using all the evidence we have from millions of other people who have done these experiments or taken these pictures.
Oh,
because
does that count?
No, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but we can't do a picture or an observation without having the conclusion first, like they do. They have the conclusion first, and then try to go and take a photo to match their conclusion.
So peer review doesn't count then?
No.
Apparently, it's flawed because you can get fake peer-reviewed documents.
Well, if you listen carefully to what Montreal said earlier, he did exactly what they've all done. He was into a conspiracy, whatever, and then he got on YouTube and found flat Earth.
Yeah. You had the conspiracy
he was not
first.
Yep, and then goes out to set out to prove the conspiracy. So he was not doing a scientific experiment and said, "Hold on, this doesn't add up. Let me look into this further," and then finds flat Earth. No, that's not what happened.
They actually state that the current trend of flat Earth started in 2014.
Yeah, that was with Mark Sargent, wasn't it?
But they have the data. They have the data to prove it. That 2014 was when flat Earth became the in thing to do on the internet.
It came from Eric Dubay.
Eric Dubay, okay.
Powerland.
I know Mark Sargent was back then too.
Mass Powerland will tell you off. I invented it. I started the joke.
You know, the problem is that they come to the conclusion before they even ask the question.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, they come to they have a conclusion or a theory, and then they go, okay, now how can we prove this theory?
Yeah, and then when you ask them to falsify the flat Earth, they can't do it.
It's perfectly okay for them to presuppose the flat Earth. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's flat. Water's flat. Water's level.
What fits their criteria?
Yeah, it's okay to presuppose the Earth is flat. It's not okay to presuppose it's a globe.
Yeah, well, I just took about I don't know 2 minutes to listen in on Travis's show, and what he's saying is that the people that took those pictures, the ones that we were showing on Sean G's, were disingenuous because they did not zoom out to the full length of the focal zoom on each picture, which I tried to explain
would have
to him.
obviously rendered the picture useless.
Well, I tried to explain to him that there are different lenses that they use on the DSLR cameras, and they are going to their optimum zoom on each one of those lenses. It's just using a different lens. You take it off and you put the other one on.
Yeah, it's called reference framing.
And they're fixed. They're prime lenses, not telephotos. You can't adjust the focal length, I suppose. I'm assuming.
Well, you can zoom on them to a certain
they
point.
Are zoom lenses.
They're zoom lenses, but the difference is how the optics work. Like the amount of zoom that you can get.
Magnification.
Yeah, when you are at 80 kilometers, that P900 that he uses is not going to show crap.
No, it isn't. No, they're just a toy compared to a proper camera, P900.
Yeah, a fixed lens camera is.
Yeah.
But they claim they bring ships back into view because you can't see them unless you zoom in on them with a P900.
Do they understand by using a zoom, you're actually extending your horizon as well? So you know how it's 3 miles? You use a zoom, you're adding about another half a mile to that horizon. So it looks like it's going further. But you've only added, 800 meters?
Yeah, it's the limit of the lens on that P900.
Yeah, and can the sensor behind that lens pick up those pixels?
Not really. They're quite tiny, apparently. So Alan was saying.
Yeah, they are. They're only like 22 millimeters, so like just over 2 centimeters.
I've heard Alan say they're about the same as the sensor in a cell phone.
Yeah, they are. They're quite tiny. They're not as big as like what on my it's 22 mil on my camera, my SLR.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty certain P900s are
smaller,
nowhere near the same quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a fraction of the size.
Resolution. My film SLR has got a big mirror on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have to find which box it is out in the shed because I can't get I can't get 100 film for it anymore. Not in my country
not?
anyway.
Sorry about
Can
that,
you
guys.
not?
No, we can get 200 and 400, but not 100 anymore. They don't make it.
You know,
Oh, look on the net. You'll find it.
Yeah.
yeah. What would be interesting is to have someone with a P900 out there, and then someone with a good DSLR camera to go
Like
side by
a
side and
Canon,
take
a
the
Canon
same shot.
50D maybe.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
a Canon 30D, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and have them side by side take the same shots and show the difference.
Because
What would look
I
like
reckon
a-
I reckon I know an old geezer in England that's got a couple of Canons with interchangeable lenses.
What, just up the road from me, by any chance?
I reckon he would be by the name of Alan Radar Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps he can. I can bring my Canon as well with my Pentagon 200mm and 300mm fixed. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
think
Yeah,
reckon
but those are
around his area there are actually some good shots you could make of certain old battlements and such.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, but those are globe cameras. You can't use those.
You can only use a camera that has a stupid amount of zoom and no resolution.
Oh, right. What, a really shitty one, you mean?
On foggy days.
Yeah, where ether band is at
No.
maximum,
Yeah, don't forget, you need ether band.
but it has to be at maximum height, which is
6
some
foot.
arbitrary number.
Hmm
6 foot, somewhere between 200 meters and 6 foot, because that's the same height, no matter where you are. Apparently.
Between 6 foot and 200 meters.
200 meters, yeah, it's the same height.
So anywhere from 1 to 100
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you're a flat earther, because numbers don't count, they don't mean
Yeah, well,
anything.
I know 6 foot's
Yeah, I know.
1.83 meters, right? So to 200 meters, that's 1%.
That's
You're
the
doing
same.
Florf County again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How high was the camera? Oh, somewhere between 6 feet and 800 kilograms.
At sea level. I was definitely at sea level, 300 foot.
Oh god, now this sounds like a ranty observation. It's like, I was
Oh.
definitely 4 feet above sea level at low tide. Shows images. He's at high tide, about 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
On top of a mountain next to the sea.
Yeah, it's like
I wish
Travis's photos of the oil rig. He's actually at elevation taking those photos.
Yeah, he claims he's right at.
Yeah.
He claims he's like what, 6 feet off sea level or some nonsense.
Yeah, well, he's not.
Yeah.
He's at the car park, which the car park that he's supposedly taking those photos from is raised.
Yeah, but it's the same, isn't it?
Well,
That's-
Terry, just be careful when you two are taking pictures together, because if you're both looking at the horizon, then someone could drown.
Oh yeah, because if he's taller than you might drown.
I'm not going with anyone over 5'10".
You really have to be careful. Yeah, it's safety. It's a matter of safety, because if the tide rises to eye level, you'll drown.
Yes.
Oh shit! If I go with Alan, I'm going to have to make sure I know, because that won't be fair on Alan. 'Cause he'll
Yeah,
drown.
you'd need some scuba gear for Alan,
Yeah.
because he'll be in his scooter.
Just keep low.
Just
That's all. Keep low.
Just keep left.
Swing low.
I'm working on a new video. I'm going to have some fun with Nathan again. That idiot.
What's funny is some of the photos these guys take with their P900s. You can do the same with a good camera on a fucking phone.
Some of them are, yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't even have to be a good camera on a phone. It could be a crap camera, and you could get the same images.
How about a pincushion camera? That'd work.
Pincushion camera.
Yeah.
I thought why don't we just rename?
Viewer.
Why don't we just rename him Nathan Eraser?
Nathan Eraser.
Anyway,
Or perhaps
pincushion,
Quantum
I
Oakley.
meant to say. Yeah,
I caught him and all of his lap dogs arguing about silly things the other day. Nathan's maintaining that mass and mole are the same thing.
Mass and
Exactly.
What's the other thing?
Mass in chemistry, you know, mole, Avogadro's number.
Yeah, which
is
is
exactly
for
the same thing.
for an atom, basically.
Yeah, well, it's exactly. It used to be defined as the number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. But it's it's a useful thing in chemistry and all that. But goddamn Nathan is maintaining that a mole is actually and mass are identically the same thing. What an idiot!
That makes
What?
absolutely no sense.
A mole is a definitive number, and mass is not a definitive number. Where's the correlation?
There is not one. I'm trying. I've got a great slide though. You realize it is just a number, and you could even have a mole of oak leaves if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Sounds
to be
like a
atom.
horrifying thing.
Yeah, I've got a slide of it. It's scary.
Is it less
Christ,
than one
these
because it's
people
a negative?
Is it less than one? Because if it is, it'll be negative, he said.
No. It's a really big number.
I can't remember. It's like 6.023 times 10 to the 23 or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Google is an actual number, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Google
A
is.
Googleplex.
Yeah, it's,
a Googleplex is a Google of Googles.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
10 to the 100th or something?
Yeah, I think it's 10 to the 100.
An even bigger number.
That's a huge number. Yeah.
Numbers are just NASA conspiracy. Sorry.
Scientism.
Yeah.
I didn't see it today, but Globebusters had a live stream today. It was like 3 3/4 hours.
Well, you didn't watch the whole lot, I heard.
I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
What were those fools doing today?
I'm going to tell my bank manager that numbers don't mean anything.
I can't overdraw. If I said 0 is not a real number, and I can't overdraw because negatives aren't real.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's going to agree with me, but I can try it, I suppose. Nathan Oakley told me this, and Riley.
I showed a friend of mine the troll versus troll of Blue, having that Blue and the rest of us having that discussion with Anthony about 5 divided by 0.
Oh no, you use them, did you?
Were you using apples or oranges?
We're using apples that day. And I showed it to my friends, and they're like, "You have willing conversations with people this stupid?"
Really?
I was like, I don't look for Sleeping Warrior to show up. He just does, and then I have to argue with the stupid that comes with it.
You didn't say you were willing to have conversations with it.
No. It's conversational rape every time Anthony enters a room.
I really can't believe he took that thing to court about education. I really can't believe that.
And he thinks that he not only nailed the paper, but that he's going to change the whole of science on the basis of a paper.
There you go. I just posted a link. I posted a link on education, mathematics education, where we are with flat earthers regarding mathematics.
Oh, okay. I wonder if we'll get struck if we played it.
Let's see who it is.
Hey, I'll put the image up.
Oh, it's by the BBC. Don't
do it.
It's okay. It's Blackadder explained to Baldric. I have 2 beans, and I had 2 beans. What do I have? Some beans.
We can't even play the audio even.
No, I can. I know the dialogue pretty well.
Okay. Have we got closed captions? Oh yeah. Right, Baldric. Let's try again, shall we? No one out there can see it. You guys can see this, but I'll read it out for the outside chat.
Right,
this
Baldric.
is called. Who's going to? I'll play Bald. Oh, wait a minute. We'll start again. Right,
Replace it with Riley. Don't call him Baldric. Call him Riley.
Well,
I'll play Blackadder, and Terry can be Baldric.
Okay, when Baldric talks, I'll speak. You got the closed captions going too?
This is completely out of hand.
Okay. Ready? Go.
Right, Riley. Let's try this again, shall we? This is called adding. I have 2 beans, and then I add 2 more beans. What do I have?
Some beans.
Yes and no. Let's try again, shall we? I have 2 beans, then I add 2 more beans. What does that make?
A very small casserole.
Riley, the 8 creatures of the Indus have masturbated enough. Now try again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So how many are there?
Sorry, that's my question.
Oh, sorry.
What?
3.
Oh, I think I was supposed to say. Was I supposed to say? Oh, 3.
You're supposed to say 3.
3.
What?
3, and that one.
3 and that one.
And that one, and that one, 3, and that one.
3 and that one.
And if I want to add to the 3, what will I have?
Some beans.
Yes.
To you, Baldric, the Renaissance was just something that happened to other people, wasn't it?
Sorry, I was laughing too hard.
Edmund, come quickly. The Queen wants to see you. I said, Edmund, come quickly. The Queen wants to see you.
What are you wearing around your neck?
It's my new ruff.
It looks like a bird who swallowed a plate.
Is that Nathan Oakley?
Actually, and it makes me look rather sexy.
Yes, Nathan.
No, that's Riley probably.
That's Nathan.
Oh, well.
Riley's Baldric.
Oh, okay.
That's me.
Another plate swallowing bird, perhaps.
It was blind and hadn't had it in months.
I think you may be wrong.
Go ahead.
You're a sad and laughable figure, Percy.
Nathan.
He got it right.
4.
Nathan's rough.
4. What?
What?
Some beans and some beans is 4 beans.
We've moved on from advanced mathematics. We're now on to dressmaking. What do you think of Nathan's ruff?
I think it looks like a bird who's swallowed a plate, my lord. No, that's what I think. Try to have a thought of your own, Baldric. Thinking is so important. What do you think?
I
think thinking is so important, my lord. I give up.
Oh dear.
Oh, we're finished with the beans.
Yeah.
Shall I come along, my lord? No. No, some
People like,
shall I come along, my lord? No. Some people, they'll think we're friends.
stay here.
Or
Bird
they
neck
could
and bird train.
on the
There you go. Blackadder at its best.
Lord Bird.
Oh gosh. That's bird with a Y. Insufferable oaf.
3
All right,
in this
guys.
one.
3 in
Good
that one.
time.
That's basically it, isn't it? I think that exemplifies, or that describes, illustrates the frustration of talking to people who think the earth is flat.
So 1 bean plus another bean is beans.
Some beans.
One
Yeah,
mouthful of beans.
Some beans, yeah.
On that happy note, good night, guys.
Good night,
Good
Blue.
night.
Good
Thanks,
night,
Blue.
Blue. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. See you later.
See you later, mate.
Some beans, my lord.
A small casserole.
So I was actually thinking about it when Riley does his arguments, like when he says things like how Einstein wasn't a real scientist, but he wants to use Einstein to disprove Newton. If we just start asking him questions on that and seeing how far he can go, he'll just bury himself the entire time.
Well, that's why he won't answer the question. He'll just go on to say, look, I've got these citations. You can either address what I say, or I'm going to piss off.
Piss off.
What's their argument? They say that Einstein disproved Newton, but it's not really that Einstein disproved Newton. He just advanced on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Newton
just
became
made
a
it more
subset of Einstein.
Can you see
It's
that
just made
photo,
it more.
Terry?
Can I see that photo, Terry?
Yeah. Can you share it?
I think we are.
Yeah. Cool. That is the USS Ovens, the full-length submarine out at Fremantle Marine Museum,
Where's Fremantle?
Western Australia.
Oh, okay.
That photo is taken on a Samsung S9. I don't see an ether band.
Yeah, it is. Look, you can see that straight line across. Oh, no, sorry.
What, the window or the submarine? Which one?
The window.
I can
That
barely
straight line across.
I can barely see the seagull sitting on the scaffolding in the distance.
Okay, next picture.
Sounds like a tongue twister.
Next picture.
Do you see the seagulls on the scaffolding in the distance?
This is my favorite. 2 horizons in one photo.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're not the
exactly.
So you got the ocean horizon and then you got the land horizon, but they don't meet. But I thought that the ocean The
Well,
ocean
it's just-
horizon met at eye level. But my eye level is at a different position on the land side compared to the ocean side.
Well, you look at the land with one eye and you look at the ocean level with the other eye.
All right. That's a
Clearly, you
short
forgot to-
person that picture.
Clearly, you forgot to factor in the position of the sun and the moon and the fact that they're both plasma interfering with the ether band, and that division is real.
And was it high tide or low tide?
Purple, because aliens don't wear hats.
Okay.
Obviously, you were
Well-
standing with somebody else that was looking at the land while you were looking at the
Oh,
water.
really?
Yeah.
And did you have a cup of coffee or a sandwich before you took the photo?
Okay, name the planets.
I had beans.
Frank and Steve.
George.
Yeah, let's just name them
Ooh.
Frank.
Let's just say the big one's the big one
Bob.
is
Let's call him
Jupiter.
Bob.
Sirius.
What do you
What
think
kind
that
of-
little one is?
What
McDonald's.
time of the year is this?
Seagull.
Smaller.
It's Venus.
Smaller.
I
Yeah.
was about to say it's probably Venus if we can see it next to Jupiter.
What about the third one?
Yeah.
That's actually a star. That is actually a star because that's taken about 5 a.m. in the morning in Western Australia.
That's a cool photo.
So is that star
that's-
a galaxy or a planet?
No, it's a star. The one up in the top right-hand corner, there's two of them actually. One's really, really dim. The other one's really, really bright. So,
It's far, far away.
yeah,
Oh, so
and
this
these are
is
really, really close.
This is far away. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Okay,
bright
so
one went.
on a technicality, what's happening here is Venus is in front of the sun and Jupiter's behind the sun. That's the only way you can get the two of them in the same photo.
Sesame Street here, isn't it?
Because as you know, it goes Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. So how can Venus be next to Jupiter? Unless we
Yeah,
live in
that's
some
what-
form of celestial globe type defining
Well, it's
circular
just a
path?
luminary.
I'll give you
Yeah.
luminary. The giant luminary's coming up. That's why it's bright at the bottom.
Arcturus.
Giant. You and your giant luminaries. Ugh.
Yeah.
Look, they're not even luminaries. They're all a reflection of the same crater at the North Pole, Aristarchus.
Where's Pete? Pete Shea. He'd tell you. I did ask Pete to cast a shadow onto his luminary, and he disappeared. He won't talk to me. He just calls me names.
Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut up, man.
Who the fuck are you? I haven't seen your camera.
Good for you. Good for you.
I won't have a conversation with him because he always wants to bring up 9/11.
That's
It's
a
all
twat.
connected. I figured this out years ago.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. I topped them on
Do we
the
connect the
top.
dots or do we connect the luminaries?
Top to winning too.
In
can't.
his mind, all the luminaries are connected. They're the exact same reflection.
Grisbait put, you can't be serious.
So serious.
That's very good. I like that.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay then. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
Later.
Yeah, later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Later.
later.
No Shields? Where is Shields?
Yeah, where is Shills today? Having a day off. Haven't seen him
Yeah, I
around.
don't know. He wasn't on Sean G's.
Oh.
He was on Jose's earlier, but I didn't get on the panel earlier. I just lurked around in the side chat.
Yeah, I didn't catch it until towards the end where they're nearly signing off.
Can't even find him. I don't know where he is.
Yeah,
He's
Shields.
not listed as offline.
No. Perhaps he's fallen asleep again.
He's probably fallen asleep in someone's hangout.
Yeah. Drunk
Maybe
too
he's
much
over
for
on
his head.
Travis's.
Oh, Peachy.
Who's Peachy?
Don't steal my schnickles.
It looks like they're having fun over on that what's his name, Travis? He's in there.
What is everyone giving him shit?
I don't know. He's got a few people in the hangout. I don't know who they are. So I seen Jose in there a minute ago.
Are we still online?
Yeah, we're still online. We've only been going for 2.5 hours.
Okay, the night is yet young.
We can go for hours talking about nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. No, Chris, you can't say Beetlejuice 3 times. Just, you can't.
I don't think he spelled it right, did he?
He spelt it as in the actual star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny that we've got more people watching us than Travis has.
Why? How many watching over on Travis's?
He's got 18. We got 26.
Okay, that's not funny. That's sad.
That is sad. Oh dear.
Oh, I like to see you got 8 likes and no dislikes. That's cool.
No, yeah, I don't usually get a dislike on my shows for some reason. I don't know why.
That's cool.
That's it. I'm gonna put one down.
No, did you dare? You're banned. Yeah, where's that kick button?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. Not on here though.
Sean Smith, isn't it like late for you?
I'll have a look. I'll see what's on.
Nah, it's like early for me. It's like
He doesn't
1:32
know.
in the morning.
East Coast 1:30. I don't know what West Coast is. That'll be. Yeah.
West Coast -3.
It'd be more or less.
Sorry.
I could get this clock.
Yeah,
back in here.
I'll be going to sleep in like half an hour and getting up in 4.
Oh, you're going to get some sleep. Oh, you're lucky.
Oh, when you lead the artist life, you know.
So is there only 3 hours difference between East and West Coast in Australia?
It's about the same as the US, yeah.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
Shows, yeah. Except
Okay,
Adelaide.
here's a joke.
Except Adelaide doesn't know what time of day it is.
No, I just know the sun's up. That's enough.
Here's the joke. What's the difference between 2 large pizzas and an artist? 2 large pizzas can feed a family.
I resemble that remark.
As an artist, I can tell that joke.
So, are you having second thoughts about your documentary, Captain Smegma?
Sorry. Yes.
I was going to ask what documentary.
Mockumentary?
It probably ended up being a mockumentary. I am having second thoughts. I'm having third and fourth thoughts though as well. So I don't know
Well,
what to do at this point.
You can't start it or you can't finish it.
Okay. If you're making,
so I'll finish.
if you're making a fiction like a sci-fi film, they are hard to. They're easy to start. No, they're hard to start, but easy to finish. If you're making a documentary, they're easy to start but hard to finish. Right?
Mhm.
So, because you could basically continuing, interviewing people and getting more and more footage and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's one of the issues. I am actually considering going next weekend up to the Flatoberfest they're having in South Carolina. Have you heard about that one?
Oh, I haven't. No.
That means there'll be two people there then if you go.
Well, Mark Sargent's going to be there and a few other people. Might be interesting. And it's only about, 120 miles from here.
Yeah, but it might end up like that other one I heard about where they were having a seminar and they ended up closing the doors.
And which one was that?
I thought that was one of the ones over in Europe.
Yes, they did. Right, it was. They had one in Amsterdam. It looked like there was about 100 people there. They had one in England. Looked like about 60 people were there. So they're not doing really well.
No.
And
have they?
My original
moved
cutoff.
from Europe yet?
They're in Lithuania or somewhere in Eastern Europe. I'm not sure. I mean, they're getting people to support them, but they're not getting. I mean, it's just. It's really hard to judge.
Let's go through 60 different countries not knowing how to speak the fucking language and promote something that they have no idea about.
Yeah. And speak to them in English and hold up and put up signs in English and talk to them in English and hand out leaflets in English. Right. Yeah, that's going to go great. I foresee no inherent problems in that plan.
Especially when they go to Poland and not many people in Poland actually speak a lick of English.
Well, if you do end up going, you may want to get in touch with Cliff and Crash, because where they're going is right near where Biketoberfest is, and I do believe that Cliff lives around that area, or he's planning on traveling over there. And Crash was saying that he wanted to go over there as well for Biketoberfest, and they had talked about going to that convention.
Okay, and what channels are they? Crash.
Crash is RC and Budget, and the other one, Cliff, is Schrodinger's cat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
That would be really, really interesting with those two going.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it. It'd be cheaper than going to Dallas. But I'm still thinking about going to Dallas as well. I didn't actually know I was going to go to the first one until the night before. So it's going to end up being like that.
I'm still thinking about doing a spoof film about the Flat Earthers. Have all the sort of characters in it and just have them trying to do just a satirical piss take out of them all. A bit like Monty Python style sort of thing.
Well, you can do. You can make it like the conspiracy that the Earth is actually flat, and so you can reverse it.
Reverse
why are they
psychology.
lying to us? Yeah, why are they lying to us? Why are they telling us it's flat when it's actually round? It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. And then find out at the end of the film it's actually round. Yeah. It is round.
That's the belly rub, though, isn't it? That we know through 2,500 years of research that we live on this damn globe, and it's been like that for 4.5 billion years. It's been fucking round.
Really? How do you know?
But
where's your
apparently,
independent variable?
My
That's your
independent
that's your
variable
assumption.
is the fact that flat earthers are dumb fucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
Is that
all right.
an
I'll
when you pull
independent
out a paper
variable?
map, it's flat.
You know that Chicago rises to eye level, right?
Oh, I'd love it if they went to Chicago and started asking people in Chicago, do you know the earth is flat? They wouldn't get out there alive, would they?
Mm. That's really funny.
Yeah, I got to do this film. I still haven't done my video about Riley and his egg. I'm going to try and get my grandkids in on it and get my grandkids actually do it, so at least they're taking the piss out of me. Trying to do this egg experiment.
Yeah, but use boiled eggs and then have accidents accidentally happen with it.
Yeah,
Terry,
yeah,
Terry?
they're definitely.
This experiment,
Mm.
this 4-year-old child's experiment.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what'd be funny with it would be the boiled egg part of it, and you have an accident with the boiled egg.
Yeah.
Are you serious? This is for 4-year-old children?
Yeah, this is from a learning activity in a preschool activity book.
Preschool. Oh my word.
Yeah, preschool, 4-year-old.
You got to have crayons or pencils.
Well,
Yeah, right
crayons
there,
for flurfers.
Yeah.
Number 4, carefully put the egg in the water. You could just throw it in the water.
Yeah, but this is what Riley forgot to do. Tell me what has happened. I will write it down.
Yeah, but
Riley
just
didn't write a
numbers.
single thing on a piece of paper during the experiment.
He didn't even weigh the egg.
No.
And he even had the wrong instrument. He had an instrument to measure particles.
Yeah, but he even said, I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
But it...
it's just numbers. It don't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah. These are just numbers. They
Just
don't mean
numbers.
anything. But
Come on.
300 to 400.
Yeah.
300
Oh,
to
well,
400 somethings.
Yeah. Well, some things. Yeah. He didn't realize it was just measuring the particles suspended actually in the water. Not.
But Bob's in the side chat. He said, dealing with my egg experiment.
A TDS.
Flurf science is the best science, he says.
So I like the way Montreal put astronomy in with astrology.
Yeah, then he
you
got
told
caught.
me.
Yeah, he got caught on that because he got very defensive when you picked up on it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
derailed him.
He said I was triggered, and then he just got so triggered.
Ali Beans in the side chat. He said 2 lepers playing cards. One threw his hand, and the other laughed his head off.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
It's
Yeah,
a leper joke.
Yeah, the funny thing is, the moment someone adds astrology into astronomy and cosmology, they don't know what they're talking about.
He can't seriously have done that, though.
But he did. You were here.
Yeah,
you heard it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Right. Yeah.
I was just laughing my head off at that. Pseudo science, really?
But it's the fact that he come up with astrology
Did he say
first.
pseudo science? That's what.
Yeah.
Who's opening a window they're not meant to open?
I don't know. I pressed the wrong button and it made weird sounds. How'd that happen? I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I thought you were just covering up your swearing.
It might have been. Well, me swear. I don't even think I swore that time I went off at Travis.
It's funny. All the science that they use to promote their shit on social media and such, that science is pseudoscience.
I don't even think I can't work out why they don't know the difference.
Yeah, the science that brings us smartphones and tablets is the same science that was used to put rockets into space.
Exactly.
Actually, what Montreal
They
said
did.
was that Michio Kaku is just all gobbledygook and gibberish. Okay, but Michio Kaku is a theoretical physicist.
Yes, he is.
They don't know the difference between a theoretical physicist and someone who deals with real, actual physics.
Yeah.
No, please, no.
Boggles the mind.
So,
Yeah.
so they don't understand that Michio is different to Brian Cox,
Right.
Yes.
but they don't know the
That's
difference between the two of them.
Okay, Ali.
Michio,
Mummy,
Michio Kaku.
why am I running in circles? Shut up, or I'll nail your other foot to the floor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I find that really a bit weird that they keep saying, "Oh, NASA's telling us lies and everything." I said, "You do realize the device you're using to talk to us on is where it was developed from."
Yeah, but you do know that their list of lies is not very long. What they claim.
Yeah, yeah. NASA isn't real.
Oh, the best one is mathematics isn't real. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Do they understand the amount of mathematical equations their smartphone, tablet, and computer do so they can talk on the fucking internet?
And the amount of mathematics
That's
it
not
took
real.
to create it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention the use of satellites and communication lines, things like that. All the information that goes over the internet as well.
Yeah, it's funny because they think that all the internet runs on the cables along the seafloor. But they don't understand that when you use a mobile phone,
It's actually airwaves,
yeah,
radio waves, not
So,
cable.
well,
Yeah.
they say 95%. 95% of telecommunications is done through underground cables. Okay, that leaves 5%.
that's
If that
incorrect.
So, no. But even if they say that, that would still leave 5% that isn't underground cables. So, if you've got a single satellite in orbit, flat Earth is impossible. Just one.
Yeah, I know. And Jeranism even proved that the ISS transits across the sun.
Yeah, exactly when NASA said it should.
Yep.
Down to the second.
Well, just the fact that we have satellite television, satellite phones, things like that. I mean, things that they take for granted. Even the signals that come through regular cable, they still come through a satellite.
Yeah, it's like how my Foxtel dish is pointed to the north for some reason.
And what and
find it-
also what angle is it on?
It's about 45 degrees. So
I
it's
find it
pointing up.
Yeah, I find it really strange that all the electronics and radio I've done. Funny how all the theory and everything I've done, all the mathematics, when I make something, it actually works. What a coincidence. That's weird.
It's because they're
All these
scared by
fake
numbers.
Yeah, all these fake numbers I managed to use and all these components, put something complicated together, and it works.
Oh, it's
Next time
because
I
we
go
do
wrong.
1,000 miles an hour at 66,000 miles an hour at 225,000 miles an hour.
No,
But
15
do they understand that how long
hour.
it takes us to go round the galactic axis?
15 degrees per hour. Interesting.
Interesting. Very
Simon
interesting.
and Dan just nailed it on the head with that one, didn't he?
He did. That's brilliant. I am.
15 degrees per hour drift. Interesting. 15
Yeah.
degrees per hour drift.
Right.
Interesting.
I still don't understand them. They're just, hang on, guys. If mathematics doesn't work, why do our radios work? And when we use mathematics, oh, it's just coincidence. Really? 15.
Yeah, it's also
degrees.
I want to know how Ficor is going to get hold of bismuth and create a cage for it.
A bismuth chamber.
Yeah, how do you?
That
How
was
do,
just.
do they even
That was
know
2
how
years
to?
ago.
Yeah, I know,
That
but
was
do
2
they even
years
know
ago
how
now.
to put bismuth together?
What was this? I missed this. Business
Isn't
change?
that isn't that a ship during the war that sank?
It's the Bismarck.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, the Bismarck.
Just joking.
Close enough.
It's just numbers.
The Bismarck.
HMS Bismuth.
I was watching somewhere the other day that some twat reckons Second and First World War didn't happen.
And to smack the band. What? It didn't happen. Okay.
Yeah. Some
Didn't,
shouting on YouTube.
okay, it didn't happen.
Yeah, First and Second World didn't happen. I thought, oh dear, you're going to get owned, dude. Seriously.
Well, there are these two
I
guys.
just bypassed them.
Have you seen the channel Peter and Pete?
Oh, yes, I know Peter and Pete.
They say water isn't H2O.
Yeah.
The list of things they're saying are fake. Water is not H2O. What was the other one? Gosh, just stunning. Watch them.
It's not
Look at some
H2O.
videos.
That was 12 months ago since I've watched any of them. Now I can't remember.
What is
Apparently,
it that isn't H2O?
Apparently, the health effects of bismuth. Bismuth and its salts can cause kidney damage, although the degree of such damage is usually mild. Large doses can be fatal.
What, of cheese?
Bismuth.
No,
Bismuth is a
honey.
heavy metal.
Oh.
Well,
So
if you
making a cage out of bismuth is sort of a bit. It's normally mixed with other metals to make alloys, but yeah, its atomic number is 83. So I have a feeling it might have a little bit of radioactivity to it.
Isn't that what an alloy is? Mixed metals.
Yeah, that's what an alloy is, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's their idea behind making a cage out of it?
You know what? Someone needs to call them and recommend they just use asbestos.
Yeah, it's a great product. No one's had any problems with that in the past, have they?
Yeah. And sprinkle it with DDT.
You don't need any masks or anything. Just
no. You don't need a mask.
Just
better
take your shirt off and just roll in it. That's dark. I'm sorry, that's pretty dark. I'm sorry.
Well, asbestos is fine as a product on its own. It's when you start cutting into it and the dust particles get in the air.
Yeah, and then you breathe them.
That's where the issues are.
And breathe it.
Oh, look out, we've got Jose wanting to come in.
Great.
Jose, would you get bored over on the other hangout, did you?
Hey, shut up. I'm trying to sleep over here, bro.
Okay, then.
Yeah, he's trying to sleep with a smoke in his hand.
The other hangout is over.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
It's not a hangout, it's a shit show.
Oh, okay.
Jose, have you pulled all your hair out?
Yeah. I got
talking to
stressed
Travis.
out. I got stressed out.
He was breathing. He was breathing too much asbestos.
What do you use now? Car polish to polish your dome?
Yeah.
Shiny.
Yeah,
He
you
was
look
just
very
over
shy.
there to see it.
Why is
He
it
was
dark
just over there to
outside
see
over there? That's
eyes
weird.
to see.
The sun's still up over here. Can't figure that one out.
Shit, it's 1:54 in the morning over here, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same longitude as you are.
And I'm having an energy drink as we speak, 1:54 in the morning. What the hell?
Energy drink.
A lot of sugar and caffeine for the body.
I've got an energy drink. It's called coffee. And it's a lot cheaper.
I already had 2 cups of that.
Liquid asbestos.
Oh, liquid acid. Oh, jeez.
No, I gotta get my
Just put it in a
I gotta get
blender.
my little thumbnail done for tomorrow and find my artist singer. So do a couple stuff. I said, let me jump in the panel and listen. In the meanwhile, that's why not.
We have been talking about
You're
absolutely
welcome
nothing.
anytime, Jose.
Yeah,
I'll be your
we've
singer.
been talking
Actually-
about absolutely nothing whatsoever, and we got more views than Travis.
Yeah.
And we still got more views.
How was the hangout? How was the hangout there, Jose?
It was I had all kinds of fun because he was presenting this whatever, some kind of a layers of different
Yes, we've
distances
seen
that
it. Yes, we've seen it.
So I pulled my little lighthouse picture with the blink test with like a control image of the lighthouse, and oh, he was losing it, and I was like, dude, this right here, it's the curve, and I had a
Jose the Trigger Man. The Trigger Man. You got Travis triggered.
Yeah, you know it.
We had Montreal triggered in here a little bit. It was kind of funny.
Oh, was he here? Yeah.
Yeah, he was here for a little while. Yeah.
What did he bring?
Our other mate couldn't make it. He got lost.
Aaron.
Aaron.
He got lost.
What did Montreal brought to the table this time?
An empty plate.
No, astronomical and
astrology.
Astronomy and astrology are in science.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah,
they're in the same category. I had the audacity to question him about that, and then he just, oh gosh, accused me of being royalty. What was it? What did he say?
He didn't like it.
You're not getting a lot of background noise from here, right?
Yeah,
No,
sorry, that's my
just
doggy.
you. Just you.
Okay.
So he was saying, he's like, okay, so you're just saying you're more intelligent than me, you had a better education. So yeah.
Oh, then we went down the education road. Yeah, school.
Yeah.
We all went to the same.
Yes.
We all went to exactly the same school.
Same school.
Exactly the same school.
I wish I went to the same school as you guys. I might have learned something.
Yeah, no doubt. Same here.
I wish I could remember what it was I went to school.
I
I'm
was
sure I
a tool.
did. My mum kicked me out of the house in the morning, and I ended up coming back.
Let you back in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Only thing I remember about school is leaving in the afternoon to go home.
Oh, that was the best bit. That was the best bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sitting there tapping your feet, watching the clock, going, "Fucking come on. Yeah, get the fuck out."
But you guys are not that old, right? Who's the oldest one here, Terry?
Probably.
Guess who?
Yeah,
I'm
see if you can guess.
59, nearly 60.
Well, I seen the moon landing, so that'll give you an idea how old I was.
Damn.
Not personally,
I
I've seen it. I've seen it on TV.
I was born a year before Voyager got launched.
Star Trek Voyager?
Star Trek Voyager.
Voyager.
Did I say Star Trek Voyager?
That's 1995.
Voyager.
Yeah, baby.
I'll be
Bija.
50. I'll be 58
Bija.
in a couple of months.
Oh, shit.
I'll be 44 in February.
Oh, you baby.
Damn. Dude,
Baby?
I'll be
Piss off!
45
I had to go through Bob Hawke.
Dude, I'll be 45 in March, man.
45.
Yeah,
I'll be
see?
60.
Not so
I'll be
old
60.
there, Jose.
This year.
When you say
Jose's look, yeah. Jose doesn't look a day over 50. I mean,
Yeah.
Day over 50.
Thank you, sir.
That's all that hard
it's all
life. That's that hard life.
the hard liquor.
I still
Yeah,
got
those-
all my teeth, kind
But
of.
it was those couple of years in flat Earth aged you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll be 60 in 2 months' time.
2 flatter
Oh,
years.
you're the oldest.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Okay, Granddad.
Lovely boys.
2 flatter
Boy shoulders.
years equals like 15 years, human years.
Oh dear.
Same
Oh,
human
God.
years. Stuff.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Lovely boy. I do that with my son. I call him lovely boy. Broad shoulders.
What am I going to talk about tomorrow in my show? I have no idea.
What?
Botulism.
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 Should I take the day off?
Yes.
Astrology.
What are you going to talk about?
Definitely got
The others.
Roll a dice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, about whether dice are
You know what I'm going to talk tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be UFOs, extraterrestrial, and UFOs.
Yay!
Close encounters,
I've had a
abduction.
close
But
encounter.
if they're
Oh, like
unidentified, how are you going to talk about them?
I don't know. I want to see some footage. I want to see some people that have seen shit and see if they can present something.
Hey Jose, here's a conundrum for you. All the amateur astronomers are less likely to see an alien compared to a redneck.
Yep. That is
Yeah.
true.
Oh
is
man,
so-
I don't even know how to take that one.
It's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, all
I
the
was out
astronomers.
walking my lady Susie. She was
What-
on all
what?
four, and then I saw the UFO.
And they're always
What?
found in a farmer's field. In
What
a
is the
creek.
requirement to be a redneck?
Because that's what they did the calculation against.
What do you have to do? How do you have to be a redneck?
Trailer
You have to-
park, lots
have
of
to have a
beer and
redneck.
white.
Didn't go to
Well,
school.
I was going to say I am a redneck, but you know, there's a difference between an educated redneck and just a redneck.
Yeah, but you're a
That's the same.
redneck because you can put red paint on your hands and rub it on your neck.
You have to live in the hills and be named Billy.
Do you have to improvise things like just MacGyver shit?
Yep.
You got to have an axe as well, just in case someone trespasses on your land.
You are forbidden from buying cars less than 20 years old.
It's got to be a pickup.
Right.
Yeah, with a gun rack.
And,
Yeah,
and
and a gun
preferably stick shift.
And you got to have some mongrel dogs.
I swear to
Stop
God,
it,
you guys
stop.
are talking
At least
about my
7.
life.
So stereotyping, so beautiful.
And you got to
Never
have
know it.
gammy teeth as well.
And your name has to be William Joseph Robert.
Or Bubba J.
Billy
Bobber Joe. Yeah.
Billy Joe
Please
Bob.
Please don't talk about cousins. Please don't.
And you got to be
Oh,
married
no,
to your
no. We weren't going down that road.
I saw that coming from a mile away, man.
I'd like you to meet Daisy. She my cousin and my sister.
sister
So wrong and,
and
so
my
right.
wife.
Oh man,
Have you ever seen that movie Joe Dirt?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember details, but I seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty hilarious. That one pretty much takes a cake on redneck.
Oh yeah. But the scene about cousins and sisters and relationship. Borat throws the ball out of the park.
Like throwing sausage down the hallway.
Letting a woman drive a
Character
car
for-
is like letting a monkey fly plane.
That character, man.
She like a bone in a wizard shirt sleeve.
Oh man.
I met my wife, and she's so nice. And then she, after 3 years on plow, she's bored out.
All right.
So my wife is
is,
dead. My wife is dead. High five.
Mike Mankini.
Yes.
All right, let me find a UFO thumbnail for my tomorrow show.
So
Okay,
what,
so
That won't be hard.
Pick a couple out and we'll pick one for you. Or did you just Google UFO and then look at pictures?
Yeah, UFO, find me a good image and then mash it together. Maybe mash like 2 of them and put the title.
You won't find a real
You
one.
notice how like
Actually, you
was gonna
should
say-
name it IFO, Identified Flying
Oh.
Objects.
It's a
You
plane.
notice how like none of them look
That's a plane, you
look
idiot.
alike either.
For
What about,
US,
what about one of those things the Jetsons fly around in?
that's cool. Yeah.
I just changed my name again.
Oh, again, what are you now? 1,
1, 2, 3.
1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're confusing me. Then you try to go into my panel, I'll be rejecting your entrance. I say, oh, the trolls are attacking. I don't know. Do you add names?
I know they do that to me. They come in here with all these weird names, and I go, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, names.
But at least I've got the security features, so I know that there's somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a good one right here. Let me open it and share it with you. I think I got it. Let me. Oh, I don't know how to share this with you. I'll share the link so you can. No.
Go to
Damn it.
share at the bottom of the window.
Oh yeah. Let me open this. Right here. Okay. Share.
Oh, I
I
got
there. Okay. Share. Yeah. Big green button. Share.
Yeah.
Okay. I share this window.
Yeah.
You
You see this right here?
4 beans.
Oh, okay.
4 beans.
That looks like a blow up. That's a blow up UFO.
Captain
That's
E.T.
so real.
That's good.
ET
Is
phone
that
home.
E.T.'s dad?
ET phone
Is that
home.
E.T.'s dad?
Yeah. General E.T. I
Police
like it.
didn't find the funny side of it and threatened to arrest us.
Virgin Galactic Airways. Look at this one too. It's cool.
You're doing a piss on a rock
Is
or
that
something.
Harry B, the man who's got a sense of humor?
Oh, there's a real one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
appeared to.
That's
And
totally
this-
authentic.
Yeah, that looks totally
He
real
is-
to me.
He's so
I'm
cool, that
convinced now.
guy.
Yep.
No, but this is the more real one. That looks, yeah, I like it.
Who could doubt it?
I do like this. I might add some color. I'm gonna add some color to it.
Okay, so
He
it's a bit
got in
like
a lot of
flat.
trouble.
Here's the thing, though. It's a bit like flat Earth. Okay, so they show you the pictures. Here's an authentic picture of a UFO. Great. Okay, terrific. Now what are you going to do? Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Now what?
that one picture where it was flying through the air, it is totally in focus, and then you look at the car that's on the bottom, and the
Yeah.
car is completely out of focus.
You're not meant to notice those things.
I like all the ones with the chip lenses. Or they
What?
set this where it's a UFO. They take a picture of a UFO and it's just a chip on the lens.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
in
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the pictures of the families and everything else. This UFO is constantly following the family everywhere. Hickory Nick.
Hickory Nick. What the? 4 beans. 4 beans.
Just type in Hickory Nick. Type in Hickory Nick.
No, I don't
In
dare.
Google.
I don't dare.
No, it's not. It's not vulgar. You know, I don't do vulgar.
Oh, you missed
No,
out on the
4
beans,
beans.
Jose.
Damn, I missed it.
Yeah.
The Democratic National Convention.
I can record this right here. There's a button for record. Nice.
Shh, don't say nothing.
Yeah, there is.
What would you like to record?
No. I just. If I share this, so is there a hold on?
Oh, that's
more.
awesome.
Let's see. No more options.
E.T. go home.
That's E.T. Michael Jackson in front of a UFO.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
Jackson only wore one glove.
I was using creative license. Give me a break.
Now we know where the other glove went.
So Michael
Peak
Jackson
baller.
was E.T. Is that what you're
Gonna
trying to
be
say? Michael Jackson was E.T.
Well, you never know. Could be a conspiracy.
You're starting another conspiracy.
Yeah, why not? There ain't enough conspiracies in the world.
Who the fuck's Hickory Nick?
I got no idea. He said to,
And four beans.
he said to Google it. I didn't want to. I wasn't
That's
game.
Channel Next.
I'm gonna paint his eyes red just because I can.
Yeah?
Painted his eyes red.
Bit of red eye.
Yeah,
He
just
got pink eye.
Look in the side chat of the in Zoom. Click on that.
Channel chat.
Fast forward. Fast forward to 2 minutes 33 seconds.
Okay, 2 minutes 33.
Look, Bernie.
2 minutes
minutes
36. I went too far. 33.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes. I'm so buzzed. Oh gosh, you all. I have to go back home and see the kitty.
Keep going.
Yes.
Until we get to, Yeah, right. Here we go.
I have to
Oh,
subscribe.
here we go. You know, there's only one person who I believe can drink koala venom.
Pass the Neverland test.
Hickory Nick.
That's our friend Hickory Nick.
And pass the Neverland test.
Oh dear.
And that's our
I'll be
friend
watching
Hickory
more of them.
Nick.
Yeah.
What the? Jeez, they
You can
get
drink the
that.
venom water.
What?
Don't know.
Got my mate.
It's even getting worse.
Hickory Nick.
Hickory Nick.
Hickory
Hickory
Nick.
also says that we have gluten face and nature danger.
Just gibberish. Hickory Nick.
That bonsai.
I want to get a bumper sticker that says Hickory Nick 2020.
Yes, Tommy
You know
from
you
Radical
can-
Paintball has got more science.
Yeah, you know you can order them online. Make up your own sticker.
I want to do that.
According to Dr. Ratcheek.
Do it now.
Watch the whole thing. It's absolutely brilliant.
And then someone starts singing, you know I've got mayonnaise up on your face.
Yeah, face. Yeah.
A sticky
Is that
ticky
Obama's?
yow yow.
Is that Obama's wife in there?
I don't know who's singing.
The black lady, that was Obama's wife, saying, "There's only one person I believe who can drink koala venom and pass the Neverland test, and that's our friend Hickory Nick."
Isn't that AOC?
I don't know what that is.
Because that's the Democrats, isn't it?
That's the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
You know, Jose, you could put anybody's face on there.
Yeah.
Superimpose anybody's face on that.
Oh, yeah,
True that,
you
yeah.
could. But that'd lose the ET part then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put
Hey,
Nathan
Neil
Oakley.
deGrasse Tyson.
Put Neil deGrasse. No, put Nathan Oakley.
But Neil deGrasse Tyson has asked anybody who ever gets abducted by an alien to pinch like an ashtray or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because they all
Take
say,
something.
I woke up and I was being probed. How the hell do you know you're being probed if you're under anesthetic? How do you know?
He's funny. He is funny. He said, yeah, I remember watching that clip of Neil actually saying that.
Yeah,
just nick
it's his
something off the
challenge.
shelf and put it in your pocket.
Yeah, and then we'd have some evidence that you were actually abducted.
Yeah.
It's like the guy who had a piece of alien tech pulled out of his skin at a hospital, was allowed to take it home, and then it got stolen.
Oh, how convenient. How convenient.
Yeah.
before it could be tested. You would think the hospital would have tested what foreign object it was.
That's so unfortunate.
Or take a
Yeah,
photo.
and,
They would have took a photo of it, for one.
yeah. And
Yeah.
he also said, don't bring me an alien what's sent all the way across the universe and then crash lands in a farmer's field. He said, bring me an alien that can land the damn thing.
Yeah, why do they
Yeah.
always crash?
Yeah, they always seem to crash
Yeah, they all
in a
seem to
farmer's
crash.
field.
Well, but that's the funny thing.
And they always
Has-
make crop circles in a cornfield.
Have there been any
Yeah.
other crashed alien
Yeah.
craft since Roswell?
Yeah, all the
Oh.
time in England. Crop circles.
Yeah, crop
Yeah,
circles.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where they land. They
just
didn't
cover them all
crash.
up.
Well, that's not
They just
crashed.
cover them all up.
Yeah, they landed those ones.
Well,
Oh,
I know there was one in the thing that was in the North
what do you
Pole,
call it?
in the Arctic.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, that's where the thing came from a crashed alien spacecraft in the
Oh,
polar
the
region.
thing. Yeah, the film. Yeah.
Yes, the film.
Shape changer. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what conspiracy theorists are like, that films, like fantasy films, are documentaries.
Yeah, they're just documentaries. E.T. was a
Yes.
documentary. Close Encounters was a
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, Jurassic Park was a documentary.
They
Killer
spend
Clowns
South
from
Park
Outer Space was a documentary.
yeah, they spend billions and billions of dollars on fooling us, and then put the truth in movies. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because we're
Totally
in the
plausible.
Matrix.
Was it a
And-
symbol
Okay.
of messages?
and
I'm ready
Planet
to get
of
out of here.
Planet of the Apes was based on real fact because the DeLorean went into the future and came back with the footage.
Good looking out, guys.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Okay,
Yep.
Jose.
Jose bored already.
See you, buddy.
No,
See you
it's
later.
2:15 in the morning, man. I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, wuss.
Yeah.
All right. See
Night, Jose.
Good night. Good
Hi,
night.
Jose. Now, anyone who knows about the DeLoreans or actually seen one and knows how they've been made, know damn well it never ever left the country, let alone go in a time warp.
No. No rubbish
No,
cars.
that was a fucking piece of shit. It was.
I did see one.
I'd like to do one up and make it go a little bit faster than 88 mile an hour, though.
There was
I
a
just
car
saw
show
one.
here. They had one of DeLorean.
I just saw one driving down the road the other day, and I tried so hard to get a picture of it, but driving, taking a picture at the same time, just couldn't get it.
There are 3 of them in Australia.
Wow.
3.
Right-hand drive ones?
No. Left hand.
Oh,
Oh, because they're more rare, the right-hand ones.
I think they're all rare. There we
what
are.
you do is you get
They
you
done a
get the
good shill,
body.
that bloke.
You get the body shell. You get the body shell. You take the whole body shell off and put it on the bottom end of a Civic, and then you'll have a good car.
Oh, so just use the body. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
No, you
Well, I
stick them on
wouldn't
the
put it on
front.
a Civic. Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
yeah.
I'd put it on
It has to
on
have a
a
rear
Corvette
engine.
or something.
It needs a
Yeah.
rear engine drive.
Yeah, Lamborghini or Ferrari
Fiat.
or a Formula One.
Fiat.
Formula One.
Fiat 500.
Cinquecento.
Volkswagen Beetle. Rear engine, rear drive.
No,
One of those
no,
little
not
smart
the
cars.
Beetle.
Ooh, Tesla Model 3.
Porsche.
Yeah, you can put a boxer engine in it. Yeah.
It's pronounced Porsche, actually.
Oh, get stuffed.
And it's and gentlemen, it's not Lamborghini, it's Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
I don't care
So
what it
it's
is.
a
I'm gonna go for
Ferrari.
one.
Ferrari.
That's Friday.
And it's
Bugatti.
it's not Valentino Rossi, it's Valentino Rossi.
And it's Bugatti. You drive the Bugatti.
It's
nice
the
car.
doctor. It's the doctor.
It's the doctor, yeah, I love that. Brilliant. It's
Yeah,
in the
it's the
documentary
doctor.
about him. It's so
It's
funny.
brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. He's crazy. Complete lunatic.
Yeah. He's got a brilliant sense of humour,
Yeah, that's why I love
that guy. Marcus fans don't like him, though.
No. Or Casey Stoner fans.
Or Casey Stoner fans.
He got him in the last corner at Laguna Seca. The last corner.
Corner, yeah.
And
I've gone
Stoner
on
ran
Ozzie.
off onto the...
Yeah.
But he's been on top for so long. Like no one else. He was riding when he was like 5.
Yeah.
He started riding.
His mum
Crazy.
didn't want to go motorbike, so his dad put a 125 engine in a go-kart, didn't he?
That's right. That's right. You did go-karting. That's right.
Thrashed everyone at go-kart and then got bored of that.
Yeah.
And went, no, I want to go motorbikes. Went on mini motors.
And then he started winning, and then she was okay with it.
Yeah. Grassi. I remember him racing, actually. No, Grassi, his dad.
Oh, Grassi. Okay, Grassi. Yeah.
GRASSI.
Right.
Yeah, he won 3 races.
Wayne Gardner was pretty special.
That's my era.
Yeah.
Wayne Gardner and Wayne Rainey and
Daryl Beatty.
Wayne Gardner tried to drive
Nicky.
V8 supercars.
Wayne Gardner.
He tried.
Yeah,
Casey
he used
Stoner
to drive for Rothman's Honda.
That's right. Barry Sheen.
That's right.
Who was the who's
Kenny Roberts.
Kenny Roberts.
Yeah.
Kevin Schwantz.
Yep.
Randy Mamela. Swansea.
Mamela, that's right. Mamola, yeah.
Lawson.
Eddie Lawson. Who was the guy from Louisiana? He won the 250 and the 500 the same year.
Yeah. Roberts would have won that, but because the main organisers of the championship actually, because they always raced at the same meetings, they actually had the 500cc championship in Spain, and they moved the 250 over into Yugoslavia, so Roberts couldn't win both of them. He would have been the first, but they moved it because Roberts used to tell them where to go. They didn't like Kenny. He's brilliant, though. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But hell, what's his name?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, from Louisiana.
He's in a wheelchair now, isn't he?
Is he?
Is that the one you're on about?
I don't know. I can't think of his name.
No. It's he worked for Honda and Yamaha.
That's right. Freddie Spencer.
Oh, Spencer. Oh, yeah.
Freddie Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big Spencer fan. He was Rothman's Honda.
Yeah, Honda. Yeah.
He was noted in the British press when he came over to race that he insisted on having a trailer with air conditioning. So everyone sort of thought, oh yes, well he's American, so he needs air conditioning. It was kind of funny. But he beat everybody, beat their pants off.
In England?
Yeah.
Trouble is he lost it. He lost the plot. Spencer, lost it. He got back into it, but he just wasn't in it. Put on a bit too much weight, I think.
Yeah. Well,
does anyone know how Ricky Ricardo's going over in the F1?
No.
No, I don't.
Ricky Ricardo.
He's with Renault now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he swapped teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why would you swap from the most, the team with the most money apart from Ferrari?
Yeah, I don't.
Freddie Spencer.
Yeah, Freddie Spencer, born 20th of December 1961.
61. There you go.
Yeah. He won
first race 1980, last race 1993 Italian Grand Prix.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shreveport, Louisiana. I thought Shreveport was so, oh wow, it's America. Shreveport. Kevin Schwantz, 55. Mick Doohan, 54.
Yep. McDowan's a hardcore.
Wayne Rainey. Those
Yeah,
those were the
McDowan.
guys.
Mick Doohan broke his back
Yeah, that's right.
and came back the next year and won.
Yeah.
Crazy. Completely insane, these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen their hands? Like their little
Yeah.
fingers?
Yeah,
They're either
Yeah.
missing or bent.
missing bent. Yep.
Yep.
From
They
crashing.
get so close.
Oh yeah. My second from small finger, or my ring finger on my left hand's like that. My knuckle. That's a bit fucked for it. My hands.
Okay. So
Don't
Freddie
wanna know.
Spencer's.
Don't want to know how or why.
Vibration on the handlebars from two strokes. Motocross.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yep. They're evil.
Apparently, Freddie Spencer's net worth is around 7 million.
Still?
that's a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
He was always a
Yeah.
very, very, very intelligent businessman. That's the thing about Spencer.
Oh, he'd still invest in certain racing companies,
Yeah.
wouldn't he?
Yeah, he didn't blow all his winnings on girls and booze like Wayne Gardner would do.
Wayne Gardner was fucking married.
I'm joking. I just named some other
He was the
racer.
family man. Wayne Gardner was the family man.
Okay, all right.
Someone tried
Doing
to
was
tell
the
me.
womanizer.
James Hunt.
Did someone try to tell me about Barry Sheen? Someone tried to tell me that Barry Sheen died of AIDS, and they covered it up.
Oh,
And
no.
I
Who said
thought,
that?
That's
someone
punch
said
worthy.
I-
That's
Yeah,
a
I did.
punch. That's a punchable offence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, they covered it up and they just made it out. And I said, no, he died of cancer, mate. He was smoking too much. No, he didn't. He died of AIDS. He got it from a Thailand woman when he was over. I said, do you think his model wife would let him fuck him if he had AIDS? I don't think
these
so.
guys, are these guys dumb? Almost nobody dies of AIDS anymore. You know?
No.
Like, and when Barry Sheen did pass away,
Yeah.
back then they knew how to fight AIDS.
Yeah. But he,
I think
actually
they were
HIV.
getting confused with Martin Sheen.
yeah, probably.
Barry emigrated to Australia, didn't he? So did
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
who was the Alan Lancaster from Quo? Alan Lancaster emigrated to Australia as well.
Oh, did he?
I met Alan Lancaster.
Yeah.
I
Well,
worked
Barry
at
Sheen used to
a guitar store.
Barry Sheen used to comment on the V8 supercars.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He moved to Australia because of his injuries, didn't he? Because it was too cold here for him. So he moved to Australia to for the heat,
right?
Which I don't blame.
Yeah.
And this bloke was saying that he died of AIDS, and he said, "Oh, that's to sort of protect his image and everything." I said he'd long retired since then, mate, so it wasn't going to affect him at all. Oh no, he'd lost a lot of sponsorship, blah blah. I said no, he'd finished racing long before then.
Yeah, he finished racing in the early 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah.
Yep. He
and
did.
Then
and this
started.
he was at.
Yeah, then he started commentating MotoGP, F1, and then came here and started doing Australian motorsports.
Yeah, and he done truck racing as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said to him, "No, fuck all to do with that." I said, "Don't start that shit."
Also, it took a while to fucking kill him, then, didn't it?
Yeah. He said he didn't die of esophagus cancer. I said, "Yes, he did, mate."
Yeah, esophagus cancer.
Known for it. Yeah, all down his throat, everywhere. And he said it's too late.
Yeah, they couldn't replace it.
Yeah, Kenny Roberts was trying to help him with all the info and everything he got in the States. He used to email it to Barry Sheen. I know they weren't the best of friends, but he said he didn't want to see him, dying that. So he helped him out in the last few years. But obviously that was too late. But
too late, yeah.
Well,
time they
gentlemen,
diagnosed.
I gotta hop off. I gotta be up in a couple hours. So.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna hop off as well. I think I'm going to boogie.
Gentlemen, we've been going for 3.5 hours.
That's enough. Yeah,
we covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, mathematics, botulism, all sorts of things.
Yeah, he finished. Hang on, before you go, he finished in 1984,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then he died in 2003.
Oh,
So, not AIDS.
No, definitely not.
no.
Definitely not. No. His son keeps coming over here every now and again and ride the bikes around on expeditions. No, on
Exhibitions.
does exhibition laps.
Expeditions.
Expeditions. Well, it is from
Oh, look at
Australia,
that.
actually. Isn't it?
Former two-time English World 500cc motorcycle champion Barry Sheen has died after losing his battle with throat cancer.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yep.
If he died actually of AIDS or having AIDS, they'd have said so, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
there'd be no
Yeah.
reason to.
There'd be no reason
Right.
to cover it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, you have a great night. I will talk to you again. Take
Good
care.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Hickory Nick.
See ya.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nick. Oh. You
And
still got
then
20.
there were 3.
You still got 24 watching, yeah? That's still more than what?
Oh shit! We better do something then.
Yeah, well, that's because all the normal Americans are actually going to wake up soon, and the English are starting to wake up too.
I haven't been to bed yet.
But,
I'm not normal. That's why.
Do you have anything you have to go to bed for?
No. Sleep? No, I don't do that. Not a lot of it anyway.
When did you give your chance for a brain to reset?
Probably this afternoon. I'll probably have an hour or so on the settee. I'll just bang, nod off, and then I'll wake up and think, Terry must be on somewhere. I'll just stick YouTube off.
It's not my scheduled day tonight to have a show, but this is just the afternoon ones I usually do if Jose or Sean was on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was just a coincidence today.
Yeah, these are coincidence hangouts that I do after Sean or Jose in our afternoon.
What coincidence like the Earth is round?
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
coincidence.
coincidental.
That's coincidental, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that I have the ultimate flat Earth debunk proof.
My video is the best one so far.
Yeah, but I can do it with one word. You have to do it with a 12-minute blank video.
That's brilliant. That is. I like that video.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, if a flat earther can prove to us that sunsets don't occur, then they don't have a problem.
Yeah. What Terry needs to do with his 100% proof is stick that Bob Noodles 15 degrees per hour every now and again in it.
But that'd ruin the theme of what it's. I'd have to make a new one for that.
No! You tack it on right at the end.
The end, yeah.
With the interesting part at the end, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting. Someone would have to watch it all the way through to see that.
Flat earthers will, because it says 100% flat earth proof. They'd watch
and they'll sit there and wait for it. When's it coming? When's it coming? It's coming.
Oh, bollocks. Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, bollocks. Interesting.
Just keep sending it. Put the link on in Nathan Oakley's chat.
Yeah, go into Nathan Oakley's, go flat earth proof, and post the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't got a spanner, you can't do it.
Oh, you could do it in Travis's. I've got a spanner in Travis's.
Just make a name up like I believe the Earth is flat or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
the
get a smack
reasons
straight
why I
away.
believe the Earth is flat.
I believe the Earth is flat.
Flat line.
Flat line. You got to do the salute as well. Oh, how stupid do they look when they do that? When they salute each other,
Hmm.
they do the flat thing with their hand, don't they? They just look so
Oh.
stupid.
Yeah, do they understand that that symbol that they do across the chest is half the fucking Nazi salute?
Yeah.
Do they know that?
No.
That hand across, that flat hand across the chest is before you put your
Yeah.
arm out to salute.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't know that. And that's the
No.
funny thing.
I know they're going to get seriously in trouble one day for doing it. Arresting it because they're Nazis.
Well, we could implant that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
And all it would
I'm not a Nazi.
all it would take is one of those flat earthers at a flat earth conference being videoed
In Germany.
to have their hand across the chest and then go to point at something.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be classic. Yeah, whoops. Oh. Oh, that'd just be so funny.
I didn't know Spooky was in the UK.
Neither did I before.
7:45.
7:34. Yeah,
Well, he's not because it's 7:36.
6. Yeah, I was just going to say 7:36 now. His clock's slow.
Yeah, he's on the shoreline.
Well, he posted it at 5:35, which is the same minutes it should be, so he should have wrote 7:35. Because he posted it at 5:35.
5:05.
Oh, right.
So he's posted
Not
it.
5.
He posted it 1 minute before.
No, you've got the time wrong there, Terry. It's 5:05 by my timestamp. Even though my clock says 5:07.
In England. Oh, no,
What?
In England.
where he posted it, it's 5. Well, my time zone, it's 5:35.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But he said it's 5:34. So his clock's slow.
What? He said 7:34. 7, not 5.
Yeah, but
Terry.
the half hours are usually the same over in England and the time zones. The half hours is the same. They don't live
Yep,
they don't live in a half hour time
7:37.
zone. There's 5:37 here, and it's 37 in UK.
Okay, yeah. 7:38 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 38 now. Yep. See, because somebody lives in Adelaide, they forget about the other half hour time zones, whatever it is.
Ah.
Yeah, Dinky picked up on it. With her 15 degrees per hour drift.
I think I might end it here. But it's getting on to our dinner time here. We have to get fed.
Fed.
Need food for thought.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can
Yeah,
come.
but the thing is, the conversation we've had on here for the last 4 hours has been more relevant than anything that was said in Sean's today.
Poor Sean.
But the fact that 2 adults couldn't get their head around a fucking quadrangle.
Oh, that was making my head hurt. Just that, and I have to Google it and put a picture up. Look, here's all the shapes. Now argue.
Yeah. Yeah, and the moment you put that up, they just went la 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 la.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, I had all of them there, every single one of them.
Yeah, you know, kite, rhombus, parallelogram, diamond, square, rectangle, rhombus. But they didn't look at them. They just waved it away.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah. So they're just all made up shields now, are they?
Yeah, they are. Because it was an argument over the shape of Wyoming.
What?
Okay.
Oh yeah, what? What?
What, they get the shape of Wyoming wrong now in history? Or is
Well-
that proof flat?
Okay. Aaron, in his infinite wisdom,
Oh, right.
said that Wyoming was well, first he said it was square. Then he said it was a rectangle. So we debunked his claim.
Ah,
It's got
Okay.
its north and south borders are actually curved.
Yeah.
And its
Oh, yeah.
east and west borders have slight discrepancies. So in no way is it actually a square or a rectangle, it's just a quadrangle.
Yeah.
Meaning it's got four corners and four sides and four angles.
Four. Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, Dory. Sean G. I think Sean G. was another one that was a wannabe flat earther at one time.
Yeah, he tried and then realized they were stupid.
No, I'm not that stupid.
Dory found a feed of him debating with Reds at one time from about a year ago. Old days.
Yes, but that was then and this is now. And the Sean G now actually seems to be more educated about what he's arguing about. Because it's easy
he's
to
read.
argue with it's easy to argue when using the truth.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, that does help normally. Yeah.
All right,
As long
Terry.
as you,
Can
as
I?
long as you
Can
don't
I?
put astronomy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the hangout now.
Yep,
It's that
I
time
will.
of day. I was going to thank everyone else from being here, but they're all gone now. So it's only That's only Bean and Davros left.
Four beans.
4 beans.
4 beans.
That's 3 beans and one more.
Yeah. 3 beans and one more.
It's a small salad.
Thanks guys for hanging out. It's been
No, it's been
interesting.
good.
I can say that's one thing.
Yeah.
I'll catch you all next time.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.